Azar Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Locally owned and operated by George Azar. Stop by today and pick from the freshest produce, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Peruse the meat counter for the finest cuts of chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products. Take a step to your right. It's a selection of olives and mezza and cheese and more. Azars features a full lineup of products imported from the Mediterranean, including Lebanese olive oil and hard-to-find spices and herbs. Shop Azars, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem, for great value. Have you racked up over $15,000 in credit card debt? Do the collection calls ring nonstop? There's a solution to the situation the banks don't want you to know about. CuraDebt has over 20 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Call the CuraDebt Credit Solutions hotline today to see if you qualify. 877-835-0026. No obligation, 100% confidential. CuraDebt Credit Solutions. 877-835-0026. CuraDebt Credit Solutions now. 877-835-0026. 877-835-0026. Call today.
All right, let's do it. Chris, you're coming in too. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Northern Lehigh School District Stadium here in Slatington, Pennsylvania. Yes, we're taking you all over the Commonwealth this season on CWTAP. It's the Friday Night Football Game of the Week presented by Azar Supermarket and Pennsylvania Football News. I'm Alex Fidrashevsky. This is LJ Smith. He will be taking you through tonight's contest. Jason Parrish, he's running the board right now, but when the game starts, it'll be his expertise that will carry both of us through this broadcast in a number of ways. But LJ, beautiful night for a football game. We should have a good one here tonight. We got to see another look at Notre Dame.
Yeah, saw Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago when we had the likes of them at Palisades. My first time seeing Notre Dame Green Pond this season. You guys covered them a few weeks ago in a tightly contested matchup against Schuylkill.
We'll get to that before kickoff. The final thing we'll talk about will be tonight's game. Let's start with some news and notes. As you see, we are very prepared here this week, and we are ready to go. So, East Penn Conference, there were a handful of games last night, none of them close. Much-needed win for Liberty over East Stroudsburg North keeps them rolling along towards the playoffs. They won that one 47-0. Nazareth 43-6 over Pleasant Valley. No Peyton Falzone, no problem, but the real tests will begin for them starting next week. And Parkland 45-0 over Allen. Handful of games, they're on the screen right now for tonight. Allentown Central Catholic traveling to Emmaus. Both teams are 2-3. LJ, this is a must-win for Emmaus.
Emmaus has been roughed up pretty much at every step that they've had to face this season, including a bruising defeat at Cottingham Stadium last week to undefeated Easton. Coming up short through more competitive in losses, they're looking to better competition moving next week.
Yeah, quarterback Jarrett Cooper, he's going to Stony Brook. He's had some inconsistencies thus far this season. Just 12 of 44, passing. Can Patrick Cahill, Central Catholic's quarterback, outduel Cooper? His stat line is a little bit better. Can he drive these young Vikes to victory? I think you got to like their chances here tonight. Emmaus just hasn't shown us enough this season.
Yeah, and Central's pretty young too, so seeing how they can combat with a more experienced offense in Emmaus will be quite contested.
Another team that needs a win tonight to keep their playoff momentum building, because the back end of the season for them is going to be really difficult, are the Freedom Patriots. Jason Roeder's side, 2-3, home tonight at the Bethlehem Area School District Stadium against East Stroudsburg South, who come in at 1-4. They need this one.
Yeah, junior quarterback Michael Stefanik, 618 passing yards, but has thrown 5 interceptions this year. He needs to cut that down in his touchdown interception ratio to get things to improve for him.
Junior LaShawn Johnson is the leading rusher, 683 yards on 106 carries. I think Freedom should be able to get past them tonight.
Records aside, it's an open book anytime you step on the field under the lights of Friday night. We'll see if the Patriots can come out on top.
Another East Bend Conference team that needs a big win tonight, because as we talked about 3 times now, the back end of the schedule is not easy, whether it's Nazareth for Freedom or for Northampton. The Concrete Kids travel to Pocono Mountain West, who's 4-1. A lot of positioning for the playoffs, a lot of power points on the line as well if you're Northampton.
And the Concrete Kids coming off a very tough loss last week to Whitehall, 56-49 on their home turf. You have to bounce back, and you feel like they're going to do that tonight.
I mean, what a performance, speaking of Whitehall, from junior quarterback Tanner DeGmanitz last week. I mean, this kid was dropping dimes all over the field.
And Dog Manis in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown with 13 seconds to play. An exciting game in the Cement Bowl going back to the Zephyrs.
We got a game tomorrow night, Bethlehem Catholic, at noon, taking on Pocono Mountain East. That hot start from Pocono Mountain East, LJ, it's cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, especially with Becca surging now, the perfect storm for the Hawks. This one behind Caden Vassa, who's now taking carries at running back, so switching it up a little bit.
Let's step aside. We'll take a commercial break real quick. When we come back, we will break into the analysis of the Colonial League. It's your Friday Night Football Game of the Week on CWTAP, presented by Azars and Pennsylvania Football News. We got you covered.
Rachel's Refinished Furniture, located at 205 Blue Valley Drive in Bangor, has a showroom filled with refinished furniture, mirrors, home decor, and more. Rachel's has unfinished pieces which you can customize as well. If you've got a piece which you would like to have refinished, you can have your furniture given a new life at Rachel's Refinished Furniture. You can contact Rachel's Refinished Furniture at 610-810-8486 and speak to Rachel in person. That's 610-810-8486 for Rachel's Refinished Furniture, 205 Blue Valley Drive in Bangor. Azars Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Locally owned and operated by George Azar. Stop by today and pick from the freshest produce, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Peruse the meat counter for the finest cuts of chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products. Take a step to your right. It's a selection of olives and mezza and cheese and more. Azars features a full lineup of products imported from the Mediterranean, including Lebanese olive oil and hard-to-find spices and herbs. Shop Azars, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem for great value.
And we're back here on the CWTAP. I almost hit you, didn't I?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
It's the paper. It's the paper. I swear, that was not intentional. Welcome back to the CWTAP Friday Night Football Game of the Week, presented by Azars and Pennsylvania Football News. Alex Fidorashevsky, LJ Smith here in your pregame show. Let's take a look at the Colonial League now. There's a handful of games, including this one here tonight. Saucon Valley and Catasauqua, the playoff picture starting to come in. Those games are up on our screen right now. Saucon really needs a win to aid their cause.
Yeah, between Braden Roan and 2 other freshmen, Thomas Cahill and Taylor Roan, this team may be a year away. They're incredibly young at most spots, but learning on the job, that can only go up from here.
Yeah, there is a path to 5 or even 6 wins for them if they defeat Catasauqua tonight. Catasauqua coming in, licking their wounds after last weekend's 58-0 loss to the hands of the Crusaders of Notre Dame, who you will see here this evening. Palisades has had a great start to their season, 4-1. They take on Blue Mountain this evening on the road.
Yeah, we had the chance of seeing Palisades take down Northern Lehigh a couple of weeks ago, and now, after Blue Mountain having a loss at Penn Argyl last week, it doesn't get any easier for Palisades moving forward.
Yeah, the question for tonight, can they rebound against a school that is up classifications from them, bigger line, bigger talent pool, that is perpetually a battle-tested squad? I think it's a good test tonight for these Pirates to see kind of contender status. We're going to learn about them this evening. The biggest game in the Schuylkill Colonial League merger is firmly in the Schuylkill League tonight. 5-0 Schuylkill Haven traveling to 5-0 Williams Valley. Doesn't get any bigger than that right now out in Schuylkill County.
No, not at all. I mean, undefeated matchup going into this week 6. It's something you can't take for granted. And running back Nico Carestia, I don't want to misspeak. Carestia, okay, the running back of Haven who broke his leg. The doctor said it was going to be one of the most perfect breaks they've ever seen, but now inserted a metal rod. He's in physical therapy and apparently will be back before the season ends.
That was from Billy at Pennsylvania Football News. He broke that news on Wednesday night during the State of PA Football mid-year review. If Carestia can find his way back onto the field, that is a huge boost to an already powerful running attack. Now, that said, even without him, they are still putting up a boatload of points. They have 3 other running backs, and they are making it work. I think that they will be a little too much for Williams Valley tonight. If I was a pick, I'm going to pick Schuylkill Haven, and I did pick Schuylkill Haven
same here.
In my official choice there. Wilson is 0-5. They go to Palmerton tonight. Why this game? Can the Warrior win watch come to an end tonight? If it doesn't, there is a strong chance that it will carry into 2026 when you look at the rest of the Wilson schedule. I think tonight is their best chance of the season. Breaking news from Jason Parrish. Turn up the mic, and I don't know which one you're on, but turn it up and let everybody know that one.
You're the first one.
You're number 1.
So this week, Wilson will be starting a new quarterback. It'll be sophomore Ryan Bonham. I'm actually coaching his little brother this year.
There you go.
There you have it.
Breaking news on CWTAP. Let's flip on now to the viewing area games. If, Jason, you want to get that set up for us, and then we will start talking about those. The biggest game probably in the entirety of our viewing area and all of northeastern Pennsylvania tonight is 5-0 Berwick taking on 5-0 Wyoming area. Could this, LJ, be the biggest game in Berwick in 15 or 20 years?
It just may be, Alex, and the Wyoming Valley Conference title will be decided tonight. Berwick has the best running back in the WVC in Tymir Wilkerson. Wyoming area has the best run defense as well in the WVC.
I think it's going to be a great matchup. You know, Wilkerson is 6'2", 205 pounds, just a bruising running back. He went over 1,000 yards last Friday, 5 touchdowns against Hanover area, 265 yards on the ground for him. But that stingy Wyoming area defense, could they be the difference makers in this one?
Yeah, Wyoming surrendered just 64.2 yards and 2.4 yards per carry this season. Warriors top tacklers on the first 2 levels of defense, linebacker Donovan Miller and Ben Gravine, lineman, Max Getzy as well, contributing all over the field on defense.
Worth noting, this is not easy to do at Berwick. They are starting a freshman at quarterback. His name is Brady Cleaver. He's played pretty well this year. So for our friends who are up on Blue Ridge, Service Electric in the Wilkes-Barre area, we will keep an eye on that game for you this evening. Out in District 3, not a lot of news and notes this week, but there are 3 games out the way western end of the Blue Ridge coverage area worth taking a look at. Eastern York against West York, 4-1 against 5-0. Exeter Township, Ephrata, and Redland against Mechanicsburg. When you hop up into District 4, though, LJ, we've got a big one with 4-1 Williamsport and 4-1 Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore has come on strong in the last few years, taking steps forward to surging millionaire squad. For Williamsport, sophomore Taven Williams is one to watch for sure.
Yeah, Jersey Shore, 3-headed monster in the backfield. Bo Sechrist coming off the best outing of his career, running back, 21 carries, 220 yards last week. Sophomore Cash Harrett also in there. Nolan Pauling is the quarterback under center. Should be a really interesting matchup, too. Jersey Shore, over the last 3 to 4 seasons, has rotated offense, defense on the line. That is rare for a small school, that they would have 5 on offense and 4 on defense, and nobody goes both ways. They did it to try to keep everybody fresh, and they've done a very good job at developing line play over there at Jersey Shore, and it's scored them some big wins. Not saying it's going to get the job done against Williamsport tonight, but that's just another thing that falls in their favor. Southern Columbia, there were a lot of doubters this year. 4-1. They've got Danville tonight. Probably favored to go to 5-1. For as much was thrown about Jim Roth and his Tigers, they haven't really missed a beat.
No, and that's impressive to see Southern Columbia starting off as well as they have. A lot of scrutiny and trying to see if they're going to get back in the winning ways and keep up their winning ways, and they're doing just that this year.
Flip around now to some of the games across the Commonwealth, and then we'll take a break and talk about the big cities, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Some games around the Commonwealth. It's a small school game in Class A. It will have impact on the Pennsylvania Football News rankings, which you will see at halftime. 4-1 Berlin Brothers Valley, only lost to Wilmington area. It was an ugly one, but their only losses to Wilmington area. No slouch there. They take on Myersdale. So it's a top 10 battle in that Laurel Highlands portion of the state. Punxsutawney, the Chucks, 5-0 for the first time probably in both of our lifetimes, taking on DuBois. And then here's one I think we should take a moment about. There were a lot of doubters of Cathedral Prep this year. They're 3-1. Big game tonight against St. Francis of Buffalo. If Cathedral Prep wins this one, LJ, I think they're for real.
100%. If they can claim this victory over St. Francis tonight, kind of putting them in a better position to carry on the rest of the season.
Speaking of Wilmington area, they face the tallest order in small school football in northwestern Pennsylvania. They are home. They take on Farrell. The Steelers are 4-1, and they like to put up points. Wilmington, LJ, probably can't fall behind by more than a score in this one.
Yeah, if you fall too far behind, they're just going to keep the pedal on the floor and keep pushing forward. They're known to put up points, and they score fast.
Grove City 4-1 against Oil City. A lot of games up in District 10 tonight. And then the final one, it's like we make McDowell's game a big game every week because of who they play. Probably the best 2-3 team in Pennsylvania right now. They face a trip to Warren, Ohio to take on Harding High. Again, no slouch in another game. And you look down the schedule, Steubenville's still out there. Some other big games for McDowell. One thing you can't say is that they won't be prepared for the playoffs, because they certainly will.
Yeah, this non-conference schedule certainly preparing them down the road, and we'll see how that comes on tonight against Warren.
We're going to take a pause here. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the games around the bigger cities in the state in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, and then we'll come back and also preview tonight's contest. It's the CWTAP TV Friday Night Football Game of the Week, presented by Azars and Pennsylvania Football News.
X-Golf, located just off the 25th Street exit of Route 22 in Easton, offers a premier golf simulation experience. With some of the most realistic indoor golf simulators you've ever seen, X-Golf is the premier place to work on your game before you hit the courses around the Lehigh Valley. If it's driving that needs work, putting that needs practice, or that pesky short game that haunts you, X-Golf is the perfect spot to perfect your swing. Bring your clubs, borrow one of our in-house sets, big up your friends, and come on down to X-Golf for a fun time. It's always 72 and sunny at X-Golf, and double bogeys are welcome, so you don't have to worry about a cart full of golfers behind you on hole 7. To schedule your tee time, call X-Golf at 484-250-0391. That's 484-250-0391. X-Golf, 80 Kunkel Drive in Easton, right off the 25th Street exit of Route 22. For over 60 years, Dietz's Tavern in Wind Gap has been a go-to locale for football fans in the Slate Belt food scene. With a variety of appetizers, salads, burgers, and entrees, Dietz's provides a down-home atmosphere, a friendly space to meet and mingle, and a full bar to watch the big games. Don't forget about wing nights on Wednesday, taco Thursday, and their weekly specials. Dietz's is open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9 and can be found at 570 North Lehigh Avenue in Wind Gap. Stop by Dietz's today and sample the food, drink, and friendship firsthand. That's Dietz's Tavern, 570 North Lehigh Avenue in Wind Gap.
And we're back here on the CWTAP Friday Night Football Game of the Week presented by Azars and Pennsylvania Football News. Alex Fidrishevsky and LJ Smith. We're going to take a trip out to the western portion of the state right now, where I spent quite a few years covering WPIAL and Pittsburgh City League football. Big news before we even talk about the games of the week, and there are two that are elite, top-notch, best games in the state in this week in Pennsylvania, but we'll get to that in a minute. We've got a bit of an issue now that has come up in the WPIAL. Over the course of the last 5 days, both Baldwin High School and Fox Chapel have sent out requests to their opponents. Now, Baldwin did it for the rest of the season. Fox Chapel just did it for tonight against Pine Richland. Try to put this in the way that it needs to be phrased, almost taking it easy on their teams. It's something I've never seen before. Fox Chapel will start with them because this is a one-off request against Pine Richland, who is a power program, number of Division I recruits, ranked in the state very high. Fox Chapel struggling for numbers and struggling on the field. Fox Chapel requested that tonight's game be played with running time from the jump. Pine Richland countered with an offer that Fox Chapel accepted, and head coach John LaDawn put out on social media. So they're going to play the first quarter straight. Then they will have shortened quarters the rest of the way with running time commencing, assuming whenever Pine Richland, this is no knock against Fox Chapel, they made the request. When Pine Richland hits 35 points somewhere in the first or second quarter, they're going to start running time and play a shortened rest of the game. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I understand you don't want your kids to get hurt, but you're playing 5A football. Mm-hmm. You have 1,000 kids in your building. You can't find 35 to play football. There's a culture problem.
Yeah, and it's kind of worrisome, too. Obviously, you don't injuries, but an abbreviated game from the jump, and from what I understand, it came from the coaching staff. The parents and players weren't made aware of this initially, so they found out when it broke to social media. So you can imagine if you're an athlete on the team that you're finding out you're playing an abbreviated game, that could shake things up.
I think it has to be demoralizing too, and you know that you're on a struggling team and you're given the same effort in training and practice that the kids at Central Catholic are. Sometimes talent's just not in your favor, right? And that happens. Football team at my high school won 4 games in 4 years. They were 4-36, and those guys were in the weight room every day. They just didn't have the size, didn't have the physicality of some of these other schools. And even though they had 3-4 college players at my school, those guys were bigger, they were stronger, they were faster, but the rest of the team just wasn't there. It happens.
Yeah.
Part of being in that environment is learning through adversity. And for me, I was on a soccer team in high school at Mater Dei. We were 0-16-2 my sophomore year. We started 9 sophomores and 2 freshmen. There were no seniors on the team. We were shipping goals left and right. And I get it, soccer and football are 2 different sports. You can get seriously physically injured in football in a way that soccer you really probably can't, because you can pull out of a tackle and not get 2-footed or anything like that. But we learned more in the 0-16 season than we ever did in a winning season. And I think it's a delicate balance, because, again, you don't want to see these kids get steamrolled and hurt, but you also want to protect the integrity of the game, and you don't want this to become kind of endemic across the state. You don't want this to become a problem where now everybody, and I'm going to throw Shady Side Academy into this too, because they forfeited their game against Clairton. And it was one of these really questionable situations that, you know, if you're one of those, you know, the earth is flat type people, you're going to love the Shady Side Academy story, basically, where they played with a full contingent the week before Clairton. Then 30 guys were hurt the week they had to play Clairton, forfeited that game, then they had everybody back the next week. It's not good. Play the game even if you're overmatched. And if you get halfway through, the other coach will be understanding. The referees will be understanding. And then you run time and you run a 6-minute quarter. We saw it already this year where Notre Dame and Salisbury played the first half straight and then they shortened the second half. That's fine.
It was also discussed by the coaches as well in the moment, I believe, too. So it's one thing if it's a common discussion, not you're writing a letter without approval from your district, your everything that goes into that, and your team, the parents, all of that they're putting the time and effort to being an athlete in your program, and now you're asking to play an abbreviated game.
Yeah, I don't fancy it very fair to Fox Chapel. And then Baldwin, they didn't ask for shortened games.
Yes.
They basically asked for mercy.
Yeah.
Because, and I get it, Baldwin is a struggling football program right now. A lot of their kids have gone to other districts. They've gone to public schools. They've gone to private schools across Western Pennsylvania, and they're just not a football school. You don't want to play them in basketball.
Yeah.
Very good basketball program. Football's just not their sport, even though they're a big 5A school. Their next handful of games, it's that South Hills 5A conference, which is some of the best 5A football in the state. It's South Fayette, Bethel Park, Upper St. Clair, Peters Township. I'm looking at their schedule. It could get out of hand.
Yeah.
But for me, I understand that you don't want your kids to get hurt. I understand you don't want to lose 80-0 in a 5A football game. There's a way to go about this for both schools that didn't need it put into light, that didn't need it. It's one of those, here's the way to put it in layman's terms.
Yeah.
This isn't something that needed to be put into writing. This is one of those behind the back, the old back room deal where you go to the coach before the game and you say to him, hey, you know we're going to have a problem with you tonight. When you get to 40, 50, whatever it is, and you get to the second half, can you play your JVs against us? 9 coaches out of 10 will say, I got you.
Yeah.
Because coaching is a fraternity too. 9 out of 10 coaches are going to say, we're fine. We'll make it work. We'll do running time and whatever. We'll shorten the game. We'll make it happen. When you put it out there like that, it creates the response, right? From media, from fans, from parents, from players even, who, as you said, Fox Chapel, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand. I don't want to see kids from Baldwin get hurt playing against Upper St. Clair and Peters Township because, and again, I don't want to say it, but they're going to lose.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's just a case of you can mitigate that in the game.
Yeah.
And I think part of it, too, is also opposing coaches know who they're up against, right? And I want Jason's opinion on this, too, because you played the game and you're coaching now. And you know if you're up against a team that's struggling and you know where the line is. And I said 9 out of 10 will work with you. 9 out of 10 coaches, Jason, they know where the line is, and they're not going to cross it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just basic sportsmanship and human decency. I mean, like you said, we saw it a couple weeks ago. That was a great thing Notre Dame did. The 6 guys from Salisbury got injured in that game, and they were like, yeah, okay, let's shorten it up.
There's a way, LJ and Jason, to do this without it getting to 90.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be one coach who will keep his starters in 2 drives too long, and you can't stop it. But for me, for both schools, there's a way to handle it that it can be delivered and also keep the competitive spirit of high school athletics in play, because you don't want to have Pine Richland tell Khalil Taylor go at half speed. And then what happens when a kid goes at half speed?
They get hurt.
100%.
So
the perfect example is last week. Easton's up 42-0 at half. Their starters didn't play the whole second half.
Yeah, I think it's the way to handle it. And for the kids at Baldwin and Fox Chapel, I want to see them be able to play high school football games. And I bet if you ask those kids, they don't care if they lose 70-0 or win 70-0. It's the idea of playing a high school football. You only get 4 years, 10 games a year. You only get 40 games.
Yeah.
You get 10 Friday nights a year, and if you make the playoffs, maybe you get 11 or 12, right? If you win a couple of games. It's the experience of playing with your friends for most of these schools, and yes, people will be out there and say, oh, even though these schools recruit public, private, whatever. Most of these kids played with their friends since kindergarten, and it goes for soccer, for basketball, for baseball, for wrestling. You only get one shot. You don't want to have a shortened experience because the adults think they know better and you shouldn't have to face it. Playing through that and playing through the adversity is important.
Oh, 100%. And obviously, you don't want to take anything away from the schools that are making those, but they are struggling. That's one thing. But you still show up on game day. You still show up and you're ready to do your job that you're being asked to as a high school athlete. And when you have that opportunity to step on the field, you put everything out there. You may get demoralized, but that's when things take that next step into having conversations. You don't do it from the jump.
No, I agree. And I think, again, try to figure out how to phrase it the right way. Doing this also can cause a multi-year issue because now the 8th grade parents are sitting there going, well, I'm not going to send my young football player to Baldwin or Fox Chapel if I know they don't believe in them already.
Yeah.
Right? We'll go to Central Catholic, to Seton LaSalle, to Bishop Canevin, or move out of town. We'll move to Brentwood. We'll move to Carlinton or Mount Lebanon or wherever it is. We'll get out of here because clearly they don't care to want us here to help, grow a program. And this is not a knock on a coach or the administration. I think they made a mistake, and they could have handled that whole scenario better.
Agreed, for sure.
Let's jump into now some of the bigger games in Western Pennsylvania. Newcastle and Aliquippa. Newcastle 4-1, hosting the Quips, who come in at 3-1. The Parkway Conference is always fun to watch. I always enjoyed covering the games out there. LJ, this is a big one tonight.
Yeah, the Parkway Conference opener could very well be the Parkway Conference title decider. Can Marino Graham power Newcastle past the Quips tonight? We'll definitely see how talented he is.
Aliquippa fires back with a host of scholarship players of their own, including Marcus Council. He is their quarterback. He is committed to Yale. He holds the controls of Mike Warfield's offense. Warfield took a year off last year, took a sabbatical after coaching them for about 7-8 years now. Took over for the legendary Mike Zmianich. All he did was win. Took a year off. He's back. Now all Aliquippa does once again is win. North Catholic and Amani Christian, they're both 5-0. There could be a lot of points on the board in this one tonight.
As you mentioned that, Joey Filitsky putting up video game type of numbers for North Catholic, but they faced their toughest test of the season, loaded Amani Christian team featuring multiple Division I recruits.
Yeah, I picked North Catholic in this one. On our CWTAP Facebook, which of course you can join. Just look for us on Facebook, CWTAP Television. We've got the Pigskin Pick'em going right now. Chris Gillis has a few minutes to get his picks in if he hasn't already. And I think tonight's the night. We'll hear from him in a moment. Tonight's the night he passes JJ Pepe in the X-Golf gift card race. Oh, he said it's a given. I think so because Pepe went for all the home teams once again. 2-3 McKeesport against 2-3 Hampton. Why do we always put the Tigers on here this year? LJ, there's one question.
Will Kem and Spell play? That's the main question.
Spell has not played in several weeks, and it has not gone well for McKeesport. The two biggest games in Western Pennsylvania and really the entirety of Pennsylvania are Peters Township and Upper St. Clair. They're both 5-0. They are 5 minutes apart from each other. I lived a stone's throw from both of them when I was in Mount Lebanon. The rivalry is real.
New Money Towns doing battle tonight. It's no longer USC Lebo. It's now USC Peters. I picked Upper St. Clair tonight, and I'm feeling pretty confident about my pick.
It is. It was Old Money Mount Lebanon, New Money Upper St. Clair. Mount Lebanon struggling the last couple of years since they won that state title. It's the New Money Towns doing battle. Ethan Hellman leads the Whippeal in passing, and Peters quarterback Nolan DeLucia. He's going to Villanova, so if you're in our viewing area, this is a name you're going to want to follow and get to know because he will be down there for the next couple of years, especially if you're down there in Berks and Chester County and Montgomery County watching us. He's third in the Whippeal in passing. Second is Filitsky. And Filitsky, by the end of the season, will probably blow past
100%.
Both of them. Really good quarterback battle, but the game of the week in Pennsylvania, without question, is North Allegheny and Pittsburgh Central Catholic up in Wexford tonight.
Yeah. This is going to be the main event of the Whippeal. As you stated, most weeks it's Upper St. Clair and Peters. Tonight, Pittsburgh Central Catholic and North Allegheny going head-to-head in what could be a phenomenal contest.
Yeah, most weeks, as you say, Peters, USC would be the game of the week in Pennsylvania. Not this
tonight.
week. You know some of the names if you watch State of Pennsylvania football news. Ashton Blatt, Colson Gatton, Maceo Watkins, John Sassage, Jimmy Kalis. That's just some of Pittsburgh Central Catholic scholarship players. Kalis, 50 offers.
Insane
tackle.
to think of.
The offensive line of Central Catholic averages over 6'3" and nearly 300 pounds. North Allegheny, don't cry for me, Argentina. They've got plenty of talent of their own.
And junior quarterback Brady Binkley, senior D tackle Lincoln Hoke, Pitt commit, leading the way for Northern Allegheny.
Hoke's father played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, stays in the area. That is a great game to watch tonight. In Philadelphia, Westchester, Henderson, Bishop Shanahan, Neshaminy Central, Bucks West. Jason, Central Bucks West, in spite of a loss to the Rovers, that's a good win now for Easton as they're 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, Central Bucks West, they had to travel up to Easton. That's not an easy place to play. So if you're going to lose a game, have it be your first one at Easton, not in conference. You go undefeated in conference, you're still the tops of District 1.
Roman Catholic taking on LaSalle College. Should be a really good game. Throw the records out the window, LJ. Romans played elite competition. I think they're going to give them a run. Probably just too much for LaSalle. I think they're going to win that one, LaSalle.
Yeah, looking at the record, you see Roman Catholic at 2-2, but their competition has been no joke. So them going up against LaSalle College tonight, definitely a game to watch.
The sounds of the bagpipes have begun, so Phil Stambaugh's Crusaders of Notre Dame will be making their way onto the field. Let's talk about tonight's contest. You want to lead us off with Notre Dame?
Yeah, Notre Dame's Matt Bodner has thrown for 1,200 yards this season, 17 touchdowns with a host of different receivers. His favorites, juniors Drew Boyd, Jonathan Streba, and CJ Diaz. Just incredible talent on the wings.
Yeah, Alex Clark is the only senior with double-digit receptions. They're all back. This is a talented, young Crusader offense, and Bodner's going to graduate. They've got Tommy Murphy. He's a sophomore, 7 of 7. He's thrown about 150 yards on the season in mop-up duty. Northern Lehigh, we saw them against Palisades. They're tough, they're scrappy, they're a little undersized. They have to play ball control offense today.
Yeah, Garrett Smoyer, their junior quarterback, has to distribute well. And they have a junior running back and senior Grady Newhard. And Chris Frame, their junior running back, and Grady Newhard will be essential to their success in slowing down the Crusaders.
We've got a couple of minutes to go here. Let's bring in Chris Gillis briefly. Chris has been with us the last couple of weeks. His son Jordan getting photography for us in Pennsylvania Football News down on the field. You heard from Chris last week up at Tamaqua at halftime. I want to reintroduce him now. Chris is with the Delta by Marriott out on Route 100. Correct. Chris, just bring everybody up to speed about some of your involvement and roles with the Delta, and then we'll talk a little bit also about your role with the cancer support community of the Greater Lehigh Valley before kickoff.
Absolutely, Alex. First of all, thanks again for having me. This is becoming a routine on Friday nights, and I love it. Love watching Jordan take photography for everybody. It's great. As you mentioned, I'm the director of sales.
I don't
for the
think
Delta
they
by
bring
Marriott,
everybody, though.
And I'm blessed to be able to be a board of director for the cancer support community of the Greater Lehigh Valley. So as you know, last week we had the network mixer at the Delta, where we raised $11,144 for cancer support community. We've got some big events coming up soon.
Yeah, Beards for Breasts is one of them, fundraiser that JJ spoke about on Corner Kick this week. If you watched us on Wednesday, you'll see he is in week 3 or 4 of not shaving, and it's all for a great cause. He apologized to his mother because it would be the first time that she has seen him since he ceased the shaving. But again, tell everybody a little bit about that because you're participating now as well.
I am. You know what? JJ got me into it. I'm super excited. Again, the money is raised for cancer support community, and it takes place on October 14th in Easton, and just excited to be part of it.
We'll also have Celebrity Bartender Night coming up on October the 8th, and you'll be participating as well.
I am. I'm in the 5 o'clock slot with Val Lewis, and we're looking forward to it.
We're going to take a pause here for the national anthem, and when we come back, it is time for the Friday Night Football Game of the Week on CWTAP, presented by Pennsylvania Football News and LJ and Jason on the call.
Superior Hardware, located at 400 South First Street in Bangor, is your go-to source for home improvement supplies in the Slade Belt. With a variety of tools, screws, nuts, bolts, and more, Superior Hardware is the place to shop for your hardware needs. Superior Hardware offers a full line of Milwaukee tools, the highest quality power tools available. In addition to their in-store offerings, Superior Hardware ships nationwide via their website, www.superiorhardwarebangor.com. So you don't even have to live in the Slate Belt or drive to Bangor to sample all that Superior Hardware has to offer. Superior Hardware is open Monday to Friday from 7 till 5, Saturday from 7:30 to 4, and Sunday from 9 to 2. Call them at 610-588-3205 or stop by their location at 400 South First Street in Bangor to jumpstart your home improvement projects today. That's Superior Hardware, 400 South First Street in Bangor. X-Golf, located just off the 25th Street exit of Route 22 in Easton, offers a premier golf simulation experience. With some of the most realistic indoor golf simulators you've ever seen, X-Golf is the premier place to work on your game before you hit the courses around the Lehigh Valley. If it's driving that needs work, putting that needs practice, or that pesky short game that haunts you, X-Golf is the perfect spot to perfect your swing. Bring your clubs, borrow one of our in-house sets, big up your friends, and come on down to X-Golf for a fun time. It's always 72 and sunny at X-Golf, and double bogeys are welcome, so you don't have to worry about a cart full of golfers behind you on hole 7. To schedule your tee time, call X-Golf at 484-250-0391. That's 484-250-0391. X-Golf, 80 Kunkel Drive in Easton, right off the 25th Street exit of Route 22. It's Queen's Nutritional Products, 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. The Novak family, still the proprietors. For a wide variety of high-quality vitamins, supplements, and herbs, shop Queen's Nutritional Products. From vitamin A to zinc and everything in between, the Queen Bee and her busy bees on staff can assist you. Queen's Nutritional Products also has a full line of dry and roasted nuts, dried fruits, and more. That historic nut hut still producing the best nuts and dried fruits in the Lehigh Valley. Queen's Nutritional Products also offers a variety of natural soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, and more, because what you put on your body is as important as what you put in it. Queen's Nutritional Products is open Monday through Wednesday and Saturday from 9 until 6, Thursday and Friday from 9 till 7, as well as Sunday from 11 till 4. Seniors get 10% off every day on many items in the store. Visit them online at queensnutrition.shop, or better yet, stop by Queen's Nutritional Products at 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. Azar Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Locally owned and operated by George Azar. Stop by today and pick from the freshest produce, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Peruse the meat counter for the finest cuts of chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products. Take a step to your right. It's a selection of olives.
And welcome to Bulldog Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. LJ Smith on the call with Jason Parrish. The Crusaders getting ready to receive the opening kickoff here against the Bulldogs of Northern Lehigh. Very exciting. Jason, a beautiful Friday night here.
Oh, yeah. It is absolutely beautiful up here. If you haven't been here, you got to get here.
So on the return is Streba.
The track star. And he
finds a hole. Goes along the far sideline.
They will not catch him,
and
I guarantee
he is
that.
Going the distance. Right off the bat here, opening kickoff returned by Notre Dame Green Pond. My goodness.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, took 13 seconds off the clock. It is 6-0 in favor of Notre Dame. Streba, a junior, listed at 5 foot.
Talking to Stambaugh's father, who was in the stands at Salisbury, said he's He's already one of the fastest kids in the country, not just in Pennsylvania.
Incredible.
In track.
Incredible. Kick is up and good. As Clemente Cintron puts it through the uprights. It is 7-0 here early as Notre Dame leads Northern Lehigh just 13 seconds in to the contest. And Jason, that's exactly what you're asking for if you're Coach Stambaugh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Game couldn't have started any better. And I think they messed up his height because I think he's a little taller than 5 foot.
He may be. That could have been an error on my end, too. So he definitely doesn't look as small as 5 foot. So just 13 seconds in and a kick-off return. And now the Bulldogs will have their offense come on the field after this. Latora Koretsky. Chris Frame. And I believe that's Mason Rothrock.
Yes.
Host of Bulldogs awaiting kickoff here. And traveling right to left in all white uniforms are the Crusaders from Notre Dame Green Pond. Bulldogs in their home navy with gray helmets. And wonderful kick to start here. Caught at the 2 or 3 yard line, finding a hole.
Ooh.
And brought down around the 15, maybe the 16-yard line.
Looked like 22. 23 maybe? Caden Dietze.
Yeah, it looked like number 23 there. The yellow on the white jersey is a little difficult to read, so we'll see how we do as the night goes on, Jason. But now Garrett Smoyer, the junior quarterback, steps onto the field for the Bulldogs. We'll see if he can lead this offense down the field. 11:40 to play in the first quarter.
And our first offensive play
of the game. You are correct. Ball is snapped. Handoff finds a hole. Bounces
nice
outside. Hole. That's Chris Frame. And he runs out of bounds around the 36-yard line. So a great run for the Bulldogs right off the bat.
Knocked out by C.J. Diaz.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Offensive line parted the Red Sea there.
For sure. And that's exactly what you could ask for Chris Frame. You know how stout this defense from the Crusaders are. And then you find a hole in your opening play, pickup of about 20 yards. Split back, snap, hands off, Frame once again. Trying to bounce outside, met by a Crusader and wrapped up.
Looked like Christian Troutwine.
Nate Horton.
And guy I'll be watching tonight, I loved watching him against Salisbury. I think he had almost every tackle as Garrett Grant's.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was one of the games I missed this season. But you had a heck of a time calling that a close contest.
He just flies around the field.
2nd and 7. Ball snapped. Frame on the carry again. Or that time it was Newhart, excuse me.
58 on the tackle. Looked like Nate Horton again.
So we see substitutions for Koretsky coming off the field with Rothrock as Smoyer trots back on into the huddle. Play clock at 16 seconds.
3rd and 7 here. Oh, look at that. They have a digital down marker.
Yeah, I took notice of that after the first play because it was delayed by the kickoff return. Ball
Fumble.
hits the turf.
Yep.
And I believe Frame fell on it to keep the possession.
Yeah, just a mix-up in the handoff there.
A little bit of a broken play. So 4th and 10 now. After a little bit of, I believe, just lost in.
Back deep for Notre Dame is Diaz. CJ is another guy. I think he has 4 or 5 touchdowns in the 2 games we've covered.
He may. Seriously, he's that talented, and I don't know how much of that was an intended punt out of bounds. But it does go out of bounds on the Crusaders side of the 50. Ball spotted at the 48. It'll be 1st and 10. And we have the like now to see Matt Bodner, the senior quarterback, step onto the field for the first time, Jason.
Yeah, up 7-0. Couldn't ask for anything better as a quarterback. Hey, he took all the pressure off me.
Exactly, and going into a game knowing how much you're going to need that help from your special teams, and now you're starting already ahead 7-0, 9:28 to play in the first play of the game for Bodner, thrown out to his wideout. Tries to get up the field, picks up the first down. I believe that was Streba.
That was Streba again.
So 1 pass, 1 catch, and a first down for the Crusaders.
That was just sitting in the spot of the zone where nobody was.
Ball snap with 23 seconds on the play clock. A handoff this time. Gets it to the edge. Can he get all the way outside?
Touchdown.
He does. And Crusaders with another touchdown.
Fausti Capobianco.
The senior finds the end zone, and that extends the lead here, 13-0 in favor of Notre Dame Green Pod.
Well, that's 2 plays and 14 points. That's pretty efficient.
2 plays, 14 points, that 52 yards of offense.
Pretty efficient tonight.
Cintron back out for the point after attempt. Kick is up and no good.
I
Goes
misspoke.
wide right.
It's 13 points.
Yeah. So 13-0 Notre Dame.
We want to go back for
And
quick commercial.
We'll take a short break. We'll rejoin you after this short break here. 9:01 to play in the first quarter.
At Queen's Nutritional Products, we offer a full line of vitamins and mineral supplements to support a healthy lifestyle. Stop by Queen's Nutritional Products today to peruse our wide selection of dried and roasted nuts, dried fruits, and more. The Novak family and our friendly staff are available to assist you, and seniors get 10% off every day on many items. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Queen's Nutritional Products is located at 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. You can visit them online at queensnutrition.shop, but better yet, stop by Queen's Nutritional Products, 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown.
And welcome back to Bulldog Field. LJ Smith, Jason Parrish on the call. Alex Vidrushevsky with us as well. And Notre Dame Green Pond jumps out to a 13-0 lead, not even 3 minutes into the first quarter, 9:01 to play. A kickoff return for Notre Dame Green Pond, and then 2 plays, 52 yards, and a touchdown by Fausti Capobianco to make this lead 13-0. Kickoff going to be returned. Moving up the field, wrapped up, still pushing forward.
Victoria is taken down at the 20-yard line.
And you know what the funny thing is, LJ? They have run less plays than Northern Lehigh.
They have. They really have, and that's stating something. Chris Frame had a great run on the first play of the game for 20 yards, and quick 3 and out after that. 8:55 to play. Smoyer on the field for the Bulldogs. Koretsky, the bottom of your screen with Chris Frame. Frame in motion from near to far side. Handoff. Spinning around and met by a group of Crusaders. I believe that was Grady Newhard, the senior.
Second and 10 for the Bulldogs.
No gain there.
It's going to be tough sledding trying to run the ball. They need Smoyer to open it up a little bit, and maybe if he completes a couple passes, you might break another run, but I think Notre Dame's looking for that now.
Yeah, now that they allowed that big run to start on the first play of the game, trying to counteract that, and we'll see if the Bulldogs try to take a shot out wide. Koretsky and Frame. Ryan Zambo, a name we said quite a bit. Smoyer rolls out the far side pass, wide open. Falling forward, and I believe that was the aforementioned Ryan Zambo.
That was.
Yeah, great.
It was a nice play design. They did a level, what we call a levels pattern, where everybody's running and out, but it's at 5, 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, well done, well executed, and those are the type of plays, those quick outs, just to get yourself comfortable. If you're Garrett Smoyer, you want some of those plays moving to get you downfield, but make things just a little bit easier for yourself. Zambo now at the bottom of your screen, split back, one receiver to the far side, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Chris Frame. Gets the edge over the 40, 45 on his feet.
He's still going.
Tripped up right in front of us here.
Diaz on the tackle.
Brought down at the 39-yard line of the Crusaders, and that's 2 big runs broken away by Chris Frame so far in the first quarter.
Tommy Murphy could not catch him in the backfield. He was behind him, chasing him down.
Great shoestring tackle by Diaz, as you mentioned there, Jason, and he saved 6 points.
That's why your safety always has to be a good tackler, because he's your last line of defense.
So ball spotted at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10, 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Smoyer awaits the snap in the shotgun, gets it. Going to pass, pressure coming, he's going to run it. Can he get outside, stays on his feet.
Broke a couple tackles.
And travels out of bounds, forced out by number 72, Joshua Scherer, the junior. Gain of 5 for Smoyer.
Nice little run.
Yeah, kind of stepping back, that look of making a pass and then traveling forward into space, getting the edge as well, and it's all you can ask for out of your junior quarterback. So you can see the obstructed view on your screen in the middle here.
There is a light pole right in front of us.
Ball on the 35-yard line. Fakes the handoff to Frame. Smoyer wrapped up in the backfield.
He's going to lose 2 that time. 56.
It's Austin Casal. So after a gain of 5 on his first, it's now 3rd and 8. A loss of 2 on that last play, and another designed run for Smoyer. So he gets swallowed up in the backfield.
Yeah, that was kind of a slow developing quarterback draw. I think he waited a little bit too long to get going.
10 on the play clock as Smoyer awaits the snap. Frame on his left. Fakes the pitch. Hands it off. Zambo trying to get upfield, falling forward towards the 30. But he's going to be about a yard short.
No, they're giving him the 30. So it'll be 4th and 1. They'll be going for it here.
So nice to see Zambo get included here.
It's a nice little jet sweep with the fake pitch action.
Yeah, you're thinking it's going to go to Frame right from the start. Nice play development there by Joseph Tout. And 4th and 1.
And we got a whistle.
And we'll wait to hear from the head referee.
Timeout, Crusaders.
And with that hurry up to the line there, timeout taken by Notre Dame Green Pond. Take a short break here and rejoin you for 4th and 1.
X-Golf, located just off the 25th Street exit of Route 22 in Easton, offers a premier golf simulation experience. With some of the most realistic indoor golf simulators you've ever seen, X-Golf is the premier place to work on your game before you hit the courses around the Lehigh Valley. If it's driving that needs work, putting that needs practice, or that pesky short game that haunts you, X-Golf is the perfect spot to perfect your swing. Bring your clubs, borrow one of our in-house sets, big up your friends, and come on down to X-Golf for a fun time. It's always 72 and sunny at X-Golf, and double bogeys are welcome, so you don't have to worry about a cart full of golfers behind you on hole 7. To schedule your tee time, call X-Golf at 484-250-0391. That's 484-250.
And welcome back to Bulldog Field. 4th and 1 for Northern Lehigh. Crusaders take a timeout with 5:24 to play in the first quarter. They lead 13-0. Quick to the line, Smoyer. Handoff to the fullback up the middle. They're going to get
He's
enough
going to get it.
for a Northern Lehigh first down, a pickup of about 2.5 yards.
That was Newhard.
And Newhard with a nice run up the middle in the fullback position. And extending the drive for Northern Lehigh.
That was just a quick blast right up the middle.
Yeah, well executed, just enough space for him to break through the D-line and get pushed forward. With 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Bulldogs to the line. Zambo on the bottom of your screen. We'll get a handoff. Frame initially getting pushed forward and then met by 2 more Crusaders.
Going to be about 3. Capobianco on the tackle. And you know, LJ, this is the best thing that could have happened for Northern Lehigh. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because Bodner's on the sideline.
Yeah.
This is a long drive. They're running the ball. They're taking up clock.
Exactly right, Jason. If you can limit the amount of time that you have Bodner on the sideline, it just sets you up for success if your offense can stay on the field. Sustain a long drive like they have been on 2nd and 6. Smoyer on the keeper. Pressure coming. Gets brought down, maybe a gain of 1 along the far sideline.
Notre Dame kept their outside contained there and did not let them get to the corner.
Yeah, no, that was great. He did have a blocker in front, but when you're getting pressure from linebackers and linemen getting to that outside over 200 pounds, it's a whole different ball game. Smoyer 3rd and medium. Rolls out to the far side. Gets beyond the...
Smoyer on the keeper. He's run out of bounds.
The digital marker there. A gain of maybe 2 yards, but 4th and call it 4.
Gain, 4th and 4.
It looks
like
like
Caden Dietze on the tackle again.
We'll see. They're going to keep their offense on the field. The game clock now approaching 3 minutes to play.
4th and 5.
Smoyer fakes a handoff. Pressure coming right up the middle. He finds a hole. He stays on his feet, and Garrett Smoyer with a first down.
Be down about the 14-yard line, LJ. Nice run. He got pressure. He saw a bunch of backs facing him. So he picked a hole and he just ran forward.
Aaron Gordon, I believe, was the Crusader that found his way untouched into the backfield. Smoyer feeling that pressure immediately. Darts through an opening in the line and keeps this drive alive as now we're under 2:25 to play in the first quarter.
And there's a lot of openings for the quarterback, especially when Notre Dame's playing man because they're following their guy. They're not watching the quarterback.
Handoff. Up the middle, stays on his feet.
Got about 4.
That was Mason Rothrock, the junior fullback. Call it a gain of about 4 yards, so 2nd and 6. Ball spotted on the 10-yard line with the Bulldogs with an opportunity to find the end zone.
It's the best thing that could have happened to them.
Rothrock stands next to Smoyer. Smoyer, quick pass to the near side. Falling forward about the 5.
Zambo. So it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 5-yard line.
So another short yardage situation for the Bulldogs. And
here comes Newhard.
They're going to bring in Newhard.
And Fortino came in as well.
So we'll see if they do that split back formation here, Jason, as Smoyer returns to the field. 1 minute, 7 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
Oh, T formation. I haven't seen that since I was like 6 years old.
And into the end zone. Northern Lehigh and Chris Frame on the scoreboard. What a drive for Northern Lehigh. And they're on the board. It's 13-6, 56 seconds to play in the first quarter. Anthony Hanna, the junior kicker, out on the field for the point after attempt. Smoyer to hold.
Hanna out to attempt the extra point.
Hold is good. Kick is up and is good. The Bulldogs cut the lead to 6. It's 13-7 from Bulldog Stadium. You're watching Friday Night Football's Game of the Week, presented by Azars and PA Football News.
Azar Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Locally owned and operated by George Azar. Stop by today and pick from the freshest produce, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Peruse the meat counter for the finest cuts of chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products. Take a step to your right. It's a selection of olives and mezza and cheese and more. Azars features a full lineup of products imported from the Mediterranean, including Lebanese olive oil and hard-to-find spices and herbs. Shop Azars, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem for great value.
And we're back at Bulldog Field. The score, 13-7. The Crusaders possess a 6-point lead over Northern Lehigh. An almost 8-minute drive for the Bulldogs. Bouncing kick, scooped up around the 20-yard line, stays on his feet. Not down yet, and eventually a shoestring grab drops him around the 36-yard line. And those yellow numbers getting even more difficult to read from across the field here. So we'll do our best to update. With
Diaz, right?
It could have been Diaz, but I thought Diaz was back deep.
Boyd, maybe?
Could have been Boyd. He was up. Catch was made around the 20. Off a bounce, too. But we'll see the likes of Bodner. Once again, 2 plays, 52 yards. Their last drive to put them up 13-0. Now it is 13-7 with 49 seconds to play in the first quarter. Bodner and company, he's alone in the backfield. 5 wideouts, pressure coming. Evades 2, 3, and 4 defenders and wrapped up.
Streba had another good one there.
That was Landon Klimek on the tackle, the junior, 5'11", 190. Coming up with a tackle, they mark him a yard short. 2nd and 1 for the Crusaders. Man in motion is Frederick. With time, Bodner over the middle, makes the catch.
Streba again.
Streba's game for the taking as he gets punished out of bounds by Chris Frame, but not before a huge gain for the Crusaders. Switching sides of the field here. It's going to be 1st and 10.
And they're going to try to run one more play before the end of the quarter.
And they've been doing this pretty much all game. The last drive, they only had 2 plays the first drive. The second play, there was 23 seconds on the play clock when they got it off. Going to be a handoff and dropped after a gain of about 1.
It's the first time I've seen Streba in the backfield.
Yes, Streba in the backfield. I believe that was Rothrock on the tackle, and that's the end of the first quarter. Notre Dame Green Pond with a 13-7 lead over Northern Lehigh. We'll take a short break and rejoin you for the start of the second quarter.
Superior Hardware, located at 400 South 3rd Street in Bangor, is your go-to source for home improvement supplies in the Slate Belt. With a variety of tools, screws, nuts, bolts, and more, Superior Hardware is the place to shop for your hardware needs. Superior Hardware offers a full line of Milwaukee tools, the highest quality power tools available. In addition to their in-store offerings, Superior Hardware ships nationwide via their website, www.superiorhardwarebangor.com. So you don't even have to live in the Slate Belt or drive to Bangor to sample all that Superior Hardware has to offer. Superior Hardware is open Monday to Friday from 7 till 5, Saturday from 7:30 to 4, and Sunday from 9 to 2. Call them at 610-588-3205 or stop by their location at 400 South 1st Street in Bangor to jumpstart your home improvement projects today. That's Superior Hardware, 400 South 1st Street in Bangor.
And welcome back to Bulldog Field. You're watching Friday Night Football's Game of the Week, presented by Azar Supermarkets and Pennsylvania Football News. LJ Smith, Jason Parrish on the call, Alex Vidrishevsky with us as well in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Crusaders. Man in motion is Drew Boyd. Handoff finds a seam.
Capobianco again.
And seeing him in the backfield a little bit now.
A big game of interest to Notre Dame in particular. North Schuylkill has taken the lead on Northwestern Lehigh 6-0.
Wow, that's going to be a game we'll fill you in on as the night continues to go on here. Very interesting implications here for Notre Dame Green Pond. Boyd in motion. Pitch to Capobianco. Pressure in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Chris Frame doing it on both sides of the ball this evening.
Playing a really good game so far. The only problem with that, and I told Alex in the last game that we did of Notre Dame, is you just gave Bodner more room now.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's very true. So 2nd and 12. 2nd and goal from the 12, I believe. Man in motion. Bodner with time. Going end zone. Jumps up.
Got it.
And makes the grab. My goodness.
Alex Clark. Oh, is it Boyd?
Drew Boyd on the catch. And my goodness, what a play.
No, they had it wrong. It was Alex Clark.
It was,
number
okay.
2.
Alex Clark, the senior wideout, extends the lead for the Crusaders. It's 19-7 now, 10:55 to play in the second.
Boy, that was acrobatic, wasn't it?
That was very impressive, and Bodner threw it up where he knew he was going to get it. Kick is up, and this time it is good. The score, 20-7 here in Slatington. Notre Dame leads Northern Lehigh. And we'll take a short break and rejoin you for kickoff here from Slatington.
The Book and Puppet Company, located at 161 Northampton Street in downtown Easton, is a treasure trove of literature for kids and adults alike. With a large selection of children's and youth-geared content to New York Times best-selling authors across a variety of topics, the Book and Puppet Company has literary works for many ages and interests. The Book and Puppet Company is open at 11 a.m. Sunday through Friday and has its late night on Saturday, opening at 10 a.m. and closing at 9 p.m. For more information, you can visit their website at bookandpuppet.com. That's the Book and Puppet Company, 161 Northampton Street in Easton.
And we welcome you back to Bulldog Field. Crusaders extending the lead 20-7 here in the second quarter over the Northern Lehigh Bulldogs. They're back to return. Crusaders traveling left to right this quarter. Bulldogs right to left in their home Navy uniforms, gray helmets. Chris Frame and Ryan Zambo, I believe, are the Bulldogs back deep. Catch made around the 14-yard line. Finds a seam.
He got it. He got through.
He's beyond him. Could he make it?
That's Zambo. No, he gets caught.
Tripped up once again along the far sideline, saving another touchdown. My goodness, Zambo spoke his name into existence. And now he's turning things up for the Bulldogs in best field position that they've started in.
Wow, he got a small hole there, and he just hit it hard.
My goodness, that's all you can ask for. And they're finding another spark as the Bulldogs crowd ignited here. 10:44 to play in the second quarter. Some last-minute substitutions as the play clock resumes. Smoyer under center. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pitch going back, I believe that's Frame. Cuts inside, cuts even further inside, stays on his feet, met by a group of Crusaders, but not before he's getting pushed to the far side.
And they still don't have him down.
And now he hits the turf. And there's an injured Bulldog on the field. And I believe it'll be a first down, but we'll step aside for a brief break for an injury timeout.
Have you racked up over $15,000 in credit card debt? Do the collection calls ring nonstop? There's a solution to the situation the banks don't want you to know about. CuraDebt has over 20 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Call the CuraDebt Credit Solutions hotline today to see if you qualify. 877-835-0026. No obligation, 100% confidential. CuraDebt Credit Solutions. 877-835-0026. CuraDebt Credit Solutions now. 877-835-0026. 877-835-0026. Call today.
And we're back here after the injury timeout.
Looks like number 20.
I don't see them on our...
Or is 28 maybe? Hayden Lilly, running back?
Potentially, he could have been the lead back on that was blocking, unless we just don't have a number 20, but he's very ginger on either on that foot or that left leg there. So
it is number 20.
So no number on our roster for him, but man in motion up the middle.
Smoyer taking it again.
Nicely done. Maybe a pickup of about 5, second and medium. Now for the Bulldogs. 9:50 to play in the second quarter, 20-7 for Notre Dame.
They do a really good job of putting Chris Frame in motion, and it just takes the eyes of the linebackers and
that
moves
deceptive
them where
eye.
he is. Yeah,
that deceptive eye. Handoff up the middle to the fullback. Believe that could have been Newhard. And he'll
not much on that one though.
Maybe a yard.
Most of the Crusader defensive line. He takes it down to the 5-yard line. 3rd and 3.
So 3rd and 3 from the 5-yard line. Last time they were on the 5, it was a rushing touchdown for the Bulldogs to cut into this. Rothrock running off the field here. Play clock at 12 as the Bulldogs break the huddle. Frame with I believe Newhard in front of him. Pitch goes to Frame. Can he get outside?
He's going to get it.
He can. Touchdown. Northern Lehigh. Bulldogs cut into the lead once again. The score currently stands 20-13 with point after attempt pending with 8:42 to play in the second quarter. Bulldogs really making it a contest, Jason.
Yeah, and it didn't look like it was going to be possible after the first 2 drives by Notre Dame and stopping Northern Lehigh.
Yeah, kickoff return to start. 2 plays, 52 yards for a touchdown to go up 13-0. But now it is 20-13. Kick is up and good. And it's a 6-point deficit for Northern Lehigh. They trail Notre Dame 20-14, 8:42 to play in the second quarter. We'll rejoin you after this short message.
Rachel's Refinished Furniture, located at 205 Blue Valley Drive in Bangor, has a showroom filled with refinished furniture, mirrors, home decor, and more. Rachel's has unfinished pieces which you can customize as well. If you've got a piece which you would like to have refinished, you can have your furniture given a new life at Rachel's Refinished Furniture. You can contact Rachel's Refinished Furniture at 610-810-8486 and speak to Rachel in person. That's 610-810-8486 for Rachel's Refinished Furniture, 205 Blue Valley Drive in Bangor.
And welcome back to Bulldog Field. The score 20-14 in favor of Notre Dame Green Pond. the Bulldogs continuing to assert their dominance and keeping Bodner on the sideline. Jason, you and I said during one of the timeouts, the best thing that kickoff return that wasn't returned was because Bodner got to spend some extra time on the sideline.
Yes, exactly.
So,
and that's exactly what North Schuylkill did to them, and they lost 21-20. And Northern Lehigh is basically using the same game plan, run inside, run outside. Not many passes.
So kickoff return from the 8, met and dropped before the 30-yard line. Call it the 29.
That was Diaz, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, number 13.
Oh, I think that's Drew Boyd. But I could be misguided here.
It was one of those two. It's tough to tell the 3 from the 5.
The numbers look sharp, but they're very hard to see with the lights on the field here. But the Crusaders drive will start from their own 28-yard line. 8:35 to play until halftime. We'll see how the defense for Northern Lehigh could stand here. Bodner has a man in motion. Will get the handoff in the sweep. Gets outside, cuts back in. Wide open.
Here comes the track star.
And here he comes beyond the 40. Can he get to the edge? Frame is there, and he'll force him out of bounds inside the Bulldogs' 20-yard line. And just like that, switching fields, but there is a flag on the play.
Oh, that's coming way back.
The play started on the 28-yard line. The flag's thrown at the 33. And we'll get the call here, and everyone's walking back, so that play is definitely coming back. A big gain.
Nice run by Streba.
My goodness.
But you know what the most impressive part of that play was? And it's the hardest thing to teach a football player. Chris Frame came from the opposite side of the field safety, and instead of running at him, he ran to where he was going to be. We tell you to take an angle to where the guy is going to be, and he did it perfectly that time.
That 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul is going to make it 1st and 16. Bodner with plenty of time, airing it out down the far sideline. And a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was a mugging. That wasn't just pass interference. That was a mugging.
Yeah, he was falling down as well, but did get a piece of his receiver. So that flag going against Northern Lehigh.
Illegal contact is the call.
Interesting. So that penalty is going to be
10 yards.
10 yards? No, maybe 15, so it should be 1st and 1 or an automatic first down. Because I think it would have been short of the line to gain. So that's so it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Notre Dame after the penalty. Ball on the 38-yard line. Fakes a handoff. Pressure coming. Slings it out wide. Wrapped up in the backfield or near the back.
Drew Boyd. Nope, that's Diaz.
That one is Diaz. And Colin Koretsky, the junior, coming up with the tackle in the open field just to limit that play to 2 or 3 yards.
Really good job in coverage that time. Bodner didn't have anywhere to go with that ball except right there.
Pressure was getting to the backfield for one of the first times we've seen tonight. And a pitch out to the far side. Capo Bianco
nice play.
Wrapped up in the backfield.
Number 5, Rothrock.
Mason Rothrock, fullback, and we've seen him play a little bit of running back, and a great play for a loss of 5. So 3rd and 12 coming now for Notre Dame. So a big 3rd down opportunity for this Bulldogs defense. We'll see what Bodner can draw up here for the Crusaders. 10 on the play clock, ball snap. Pressure coming, turns away from it from now. Returning to make the grab, it's thrown out of bounds. And it's going to bring up 4th and 12 as Bodner evades as long as he can. And now limping on the near sideline for Notre Dame is Alex Clark, the senior wideout. And he's down on the field, so we'll take a short break here as the trainers attend to him. And we'll rejoin you after the injury timeout.
Azar Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Locally owned and operated by George Azar. Stop by today and pick from the freshest produce, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Peruse the meat counter for the finest cuts of chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products. Take a step to your right. It's a selection of olives and mezza and cheese and more. Azar's features a full lineup of products imported from the Mediterranean, including Lebanese olive oil and hard-to-find spices and herbs. Shop Azar's, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem for great value.
And we're back here at Bulldog Field. The Crusaders being forced to punt 4th and 12 after an incomplete pass on the near sideline.
Looks like Clemente Cintron is in the punt. Frame back deep.
Frame doing extraordinary things tonight so far. That's a
really good punt.
Kick punt. Positive bounce, a little too much pace on it. Falls on, but travels into the end zone. Ooh, they're going to mark him short.
They're going to mark it at the 1. Wow.
Even though he traveled into the end zone, he had the ball.
He had possession on the field to play.
And I believe that is the official call. Even momentum doesn't carry, I believe in high school, momentum does not carry into the end zone.
No.
So that ball is spotted at the 1-yard line.
College and the NFL, that would have been a touchback, but in high school,
it's down at the 1.
If you touch it in the field of play and your whole body is in the field of play, that is where the ball is marked.
So an unfortunate break for the Bulldogs. Notre Dame, on the other hand, very excited, and what an excellent punt that turns out to be a coffin kick by design.
50-some yards, too. I mean, for a high school punter, that's
granted,
almost unheard of.
He got a beautiful bounce from the 22-yard line back, but that's all you can ask for. So play clock running, 15 seconds now as Smoyer breaks the huddle with his offense. He's under center. Handoff to Frame.
He breaks some tackles.
He stays on his feet, and he's tackled around the 9-yard line. So from your 1-yard line, backed up after an excellent punt.
Talk about an angry run. We said McDowell last week.
Yes.
He ran behind his pads. Well, he ran behind his pads and he carried 3 Notre Dame defenders for 8 yards there.
So 2nd and short, call it 2. Chris Frame, one of the names we've said most often in the broadcast so far as we see.
Ooh, that was a nice little counter out of the T formation there.
That's going to be
I didn't see who had the ball. I thought he was handing it to Newhart coming this way.
This way, that's where I was looking. But nonetheless, it's a first down for Northern Lehigh. Clock at 5:35. And Northern Lehigh's defense able to keep the Crusaders and Bodner at bay, forcing a punt in what resulted in a beautiful punt. And now the Bulldogs extending this drive. 5:15 until halftime here in Slatington. Ball snap, handoff, cutting back. Ooh, wrapped up in the backfield by about 4 Crusaders.
That was number 9 on the carry. We don't have a.
Yeah, I believe so. It looks like number 9. I don't have the mystery man on my roster.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
And number 9 for the Bulldogs just came off the field, holding his arm, maybe his shoulder here. running formation. Smoyer with time, airs it out for Koretsky. It's going to fall incomplete as in double coverage.
I would have taken the short crosser there. Take what you can get, because he was he had a little more space.
Yeah, and pressure was coming quick towards Smoyer. And now third and long.
If you hit that short crosser in stride, you hit him in stride, he can turn up and get a couple extra yards. So it's not you're throwing a 5-yard pass, but it could end up being a 15-yard gain.
And that would have been just enough to pick up a first down. Instead, you have 3rd and 14 now from your own 6-yard line. Rolls out to the far side, pressure coming. Pass deflected in the end zone. And I believe that was Tom Koshiba, the senior, getting his hand up on the ball. It's going to bring up 4th and 14 for Northern Lehigh. I believe we'll see the punting unit come out on the field for the Bulldogs. I don't have number 80 on a roster either. Bryce Wanamaker, I believe if I heard the PA announcer correctly, is back to punt. 2 Crusaders back deep. Punt may have been deflected. Slow to get it off. It takes a bounce. Catching it in the air at the 14 and taking it into the end zone.
I think that's Diaz. No, that's 13.
That's Boyd.
That's Boyd.
No one went to pick up the ball. Boyd in full stride from the 40 just sprints onto the ball, picks it up, and carries it into the end zone. It is now 26-14 Notre Dame.
Maybe don't punt anymore.
Yeah.
Just throw an interception 30 yards downfield.
Essentially an arm punt in that regard, for a lack of better term there. But I don't know.
I think they're going for 2, LJ. I don't see the kicker coming on.
They may be. So a 2-point conversion here for Notre Dame to extend the lead to 14 points. It's 26-14. 2-point conversion forthcoming. Bodner alone in the backfield. Looks for his wideout. Overthrown, just a bit much pace on that throw, and now it is 26-14. 4:07 to play in the second quarter. You're watching Friday Night Football's Game of the Week, presented by Azars and PA Football News.
The Leather Corner Post Bar and Grill, 6855 Horseshoe Road in Orfield, has served up good food and good cheer since the 1860s. LZB is a one-of-a-kind local bar with great food, cold beer, and plenty of memories to be made. Sample their wings, burgers, salads, and more in a relaxed neighborhood pub setting. And with sports, Bolka, and more on their TVs, LZB is your hometown pub in Lehigh County. LZB is also the Boomba capital of the Lehigh Valley and features Bolka music on the 3rd Thursday of every month, with the Steelworkers Bolka Band performing from 6 until 9 p.m. LZB is open Tuesday to Thursday from 3 until 11, Friday and Saturday from noon to 1:30 a.m., and Sunday from 1 to 8 p.m. Reserve your seats for Bolka Night with the Steelworkers.
All right, just a quick update for everybody out there. Northwestern Lehigh trails North Schuylkill 18-6. This would be a huge upset in the PA ranking system,
especially after the close game you guys had between North Schuylkill and Notre Dame Green Pond. Kickoff taken. Zambo cuts up the field. He's going to be dropped about the 20-yard line for Northern Lehigh. They trail Notre Dame Green Pond 26-14, 4 minutes exactly to play until halftime, and we've had ourselves quite an interesting game so far, Jason.
Yes, we absolutely have. It's Notre Dame started off. It looked like we were going to get mercy rule by the end of the first quarter, and then I think they took their foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah, and Northern Lehigh finding holes in the defense and executing well enough to cut the lead. It was 20-14 before yet another touchdown for Notre Dame. Smoyer on the keeper, gets to the edge, Gains
Nice
about
block.
5. He's still on his feet, and he'll pick up a first down for Northern Lehigh. Could have been dropped after a gain of 2, but keeps it alive.
Tell you what, Ryan Zambo had an absolutely perfect stalk block on that play. He gave him the corner.
So the ball spotted at the 31, which is just to the right of our obstructed view on your screen. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs after an impressive run by Smoyer and a better block by Zambo, as Jason alluded to. Zambo in motion. Quick pass. Caught by Frame after being bobbled, but no, he does drop it. Unfortunate break, unable to corral the ball.
Started running before he made the catch.
And if he made the catch, there was an opening.
Yes,
he
there
could have
was.
gotten to.
Zambo had a nice block again there.
Doing all the extras is Zambo. 2nd and 10 now for Northern Lehigh. Clock stopped at 3:42. Zambo in motion once again, stops, fakes the handoff. I believe
Gives it to Zambo.
a little bit of miscommunication, and that turns into a big loss for Northern Lehigh. It's the Crusaders force 3rd and long.
They had a little jet sweep action, but there was a little confusion on whether he was going to take it between the quarterback and the line or behind the quarterback.
And now that's 3rd and 16 for Northern Lehigh.
Again, just to the right of our obstruction.
Yes. Smoyer still on the sideline with 10 on the play clock. We'll see if
Probably call a timeout.
Coach Tout uses a timeout, and we will see him call it right now. And we'll take a short break. Rejoin you after the timeout here from Bulldog Field.
We'd like to thank the members of
Superior Hardware, located at 400 South 3rd Street in Bangor, is your go-to source for home improvement supplies in the Slate Belt. With a variety of tools, screws, nuts, bolts, and more, Superior Hardware is the place to shop for your hardware needs. Superior Hardware offers a full line of Milwaukee tools, the highest quality power tools available. In addition to their in-store offerings, Superior Hardware ships nationwide via their website, www.superiorhardwarebangor.com. So you don't even have to live in the Slate Belt or drive to Bangor to sample all that Superior Hardware has to offer. Superior Hardware is open Monday to Friday from 7 till 5, Saturday from 7:30 to 4, and Sunday from 9 to 2. Call them at 610-588-3205 or stop by their location at 400 South 1st Street in Bangor.
And we're back at Bulldog Field, 3rd and 16, upcoming for Northern Lehigh. Ball on their own 25-yard line.
Newhart in the backfield.
Smoyer, wide open, Koretsky at midfield. One to beat, he's tripped up. That's Drew Boyd with a tackle and a big first down pickup for Northern Lehigh.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a seam route. Simple, straight seam route.
And we've seen that work the past couple of weeks we've called games together, Jason. That's been something that's been open for almost every team, and especially on big plays like this.
And especially if they're playing single safety.
Yeah.
You just look him off to the one side and then throw backside seam.
Excellent play by Smoyer, delivering a bullet to Koretsky and keeping this drive alive once again. Zambo in motion. Cuts back, handoff, Grady. Grady Newhart up the middle, maybe a yard?
Yeah, it looks like they gave him one.
on the play after a short gain.
So 2nd and 9 now for Northern Lehigh. Under 2 minutes to play until halftime here, and very exciting contest we have to bring you here on CWTAP.
And another thing here, you don't want to give the ball back to Bodner before halftime. You want to score with less than 2-3 seconds left on the clock.
Both squads with 2 timeouts remaining. Ball snaps, Moyer Airs it out. Can he get there?
Yes,
Catch is
Frame got it.
made! Chris Frame with an excellent grab.
Boy, is he a player.
My goodness. Garrett Smoyer delivers a dime down the near sideline.
Another one just straight fade. And it's really tough when you play that single safety because you have to get all the way to the sideline to back up that play.
Clock continues to tick down, 1:15 to play. 12 on the play clock when Smoyer gets into the huddle. They break towards the line. 5-4 as he gets set for the snap. Clock at 1 when the ball is snapped. Pressure in the backfield.
Smoyer's going to get about 1, I think.
And now it's almost like a chess match. Who's going to call a timeout? As the clock continues to go down, as Northern Lehigh does start the second half with the ball. So we'll see what Coach Tout decides to do. 20 on the play clock as Smoyer has Rothrock to his left side, the bottom of your screen. Looks to throw, quickly does, Frame in the end zone. Unable to bring it in, coverage there. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for Northern Lehigh. Clock stops with 26 seconds.
Coverage was Caden Dietze on that side.
And well done. The ball maybe not far or not close enough to the pylon, as that could have been an incredible catch we've seen by Notre Dame in the first quarter. Catch was made by Alex Clark.
They're trying again. Back shoulder this time.
Did he get in?
He's down at the 1.
He's going to be down at the 1 yard line. Chris Frame, 20 seconds on the clock. We'll see what they elect to do. 1st and goal. The clock is stopped for now.
Now remember, it stops until the chains are set. Now he's winding it.
So now, clock continues to roll down here.
Call a timeout.
And Coach Tout, I believe, does, but 10 seconds go off the clock. Not exactly sure what happened there, but nonetheless.
You got to score here. You get the ball in the second half.
Well, if you let it run down far enough, you have and then you have 1 timeout left. You have 2 plays.
You got 2 plays.
So if you had 20 seconds or 10 seconds, essentially the same thing, but eliminating the potential opportunity for Bodner and the offense for Notre Dame Green Pond to get on the field. So as much as people were asking for a timeout and Coach Tout using a timeout here with 10 seconds, that might have been the better play in hindsight.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. 10 seconds, 1 timeout remaining for Northern Lehigh. 26-14, Notre Dame leads.
Ball on the 1 yard line.
Another extensive drive for the Bulldogs. Smoyer really stepping up in the pocket with a clean pocket, even some pressure, still able to deliver in tough situations. And Chris Frame,
what a game he's having today.
What an athlete. 10 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Play clock starts as Smoyer and company huddle up. They're at the goal line.
It's that T formation again.
Smoyer pushing in.
He's in.
Touchdown!
Northern is in.
Northern Lehigh.
Makes it a 6-point game again.
Garrett Smoyer finds the end zone on the QB sneak and cuts the lead to 6 points. It's 26-20. Notre Dame leading. 6 seconds left. Point after attempt coming for the Bulldogs on the field. Is Anthony Hanna, the junior kicker. We'll see if he can cut this to just a 5-point game. Kick is up. And good. It is 26-21, ladies and gentlemen. What a game we have on our hands.
And we'll keep it here because there's only 6 seconds left. Really great drive. 3 great drives by Northern Lehigh.
Ever since the first 2 drives for them, really putting together an extensive drive, putting pressure on this Notre Dame Green Pond defense they really haven't seen since that North Schuylkill game.
Right. And, I mean, special teams is hurting them. Special
Yeah.
teams is what's hurting Northern Lehigh. Notre Dame has 2 special team touchdowns.
And this is where it could be even more dangerous for Coach Stambaugh to score on a kick return like he did to open the contest,
Right.
knowing Northern Lehigh gets the ball to start the second half. But very impressive drives by Smoyer and company, Chris Frame, Ryan Zambo. Koretsky with a big play on that 40-yard pickup for the Bulldogs. Just all together, things being pieced together properly.
And folks, at halftime, you're going to hear LJ and Alex speak of the PFN rankings. And this game and the game between North Schuylkill and Northwestern Lehigh, you'll see why these are 2 of the most important games on the slate when you see the rankings.
And kickoff, kind of a squib-style kick. Notre Dame falls on it. They'll start their drive from their own 41-yard line. So only 59 yards they need. And they were waiting. They were saying there should have been only 1 second off the clock. So there should be 5 seconds on the game clock, just enough for one final play for Notre Dame Green Pond. Bodner has one. Bodner hands it off. Can he find a hole? He cannot. He's dropped, and time expires here in the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game we have on hand. Notre Dame Green Pond leads Northern Lehigh 26-21. We'll step aside for a short break before myself and Alex Fidruszewski join you for our halftime show. Thank you for tuning in to Friday Night Football's Game of the Week, presented by Azars and PA Football News.
Superior Hardware, located at 400 South 1st Street in Bangor, is your go-to source for home improvement supplies in the Slate Belt. With a variety of tools, screws, nuts, bolts, and more, Superior Hardware is the place to shop for your hardware needs. Superior Hardware offers a full line of Milwaukee tools, the highest quality power tools available. In addition to their in-store offerings, Superior Hardware ships nationwide via their website, www.superiorhardwarebangor.com. So you don't even have to live in the Slate Belt or drive to Bangor to sample all that Superior Hardware has to offer. Superior Hardware is open Monday to Friday from 7 till 5, Saturday from 7:30 to 4, and Sunday from 9 to 2. Call them at 610-588-3205 or stop by their location at 400 South 1st Street in Bangor to jumpstart your home improvement projects today. That's Superior Hardware, 400 South 1st Street in Bangor. X-Golf, located just off the 25th Street exit of Route 22 in Easton, offers a premier golf simulation experience. With some of the most realistic indoor golf simulators you've ever seen, X-Golf is the premier place to work on your game before you hit the courses around the Lehigh Valley. If it's driving that needs work, putting that needs practice, or that pesky short game that haunts you, X-Golf is the perfect spot to perfect your swing. Bring your clubs, borrow one of our in-house sets, pick up your friends, and come on down to X-Golf for a fun time. It's always 72 and sunny at X-Golf, and double bogeys are welcome, so you don't have to worry about a cart full of golfers behind you on hole 7. To schedule your tee time, call X-Golf at 484-250-0391. That's 484-250-0391. X-Golf, 80 Kunkel Drive in Easton, right off the 25th Street exit of Route 22. It's Queen's Nutritional Products, 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. The Novak family, still the proprietors. For a wide variety of high-quality vitamins, supplements, and herbs, shop Queen's Nutritional Products. From vitamin A to zinc and everything in between, the Queen Bee and her busy bees on staff can assist you. Queen's Nutritional Products also has a full line of dry and roasted nuts, dried fruits, and more. That historic nut hut still producing the best nuts and dried fruits in the Lehigh Valley. Queen's Nutritional Products also offers a variety of natural soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, and more because what you put on your body is as important as what you put in it. Queen's Nutritional Products is open Monday through Wednesday and Saturday from 9 until 6, Thursday and Friday from 9 till 7, as well as Sunday from 11 till 4. Seniors get 10% off every day on many items in the store. Visit them online at queensnutrition.shop, or better yet, stop by Queen's Nutritional Products at 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. Azar Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Locally owned and operated by George Azar. Stop by today and pick from the freshest produce, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Peruse the meat counter for the finest cuts of chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products. Take a step to your right. It's a selection of olives and mezza and cheese and more. Azars features a full lineup of products imported from the Mediterranean, including Lebanese olive oil and hard-to-find spices and herbs. Shop Azars, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem, for great value. Rachel's Refinished Furniture, located at 205 Blue Valley Drive in Bangor, has a showroom filled with refinished furniture, mirrors, home decor, and more. Rachel's has unfinished pieces which you can customize as well. If you've got a piece which you would like to have refinished, you can have your furniture given a new life at Rachel's Refinished Furniture. You can contact Rachel's Refinished Furniture at 610-810-8486 and speak to Rachel in person. That's 610-810-8486 for Rachel's Refinished Furniture, 205 Blue Valley Drive in Bangor. The Book and Puppet Company, located at 161 Northampton Street in downtown Easton, is a treasure trove of literature for kids and adults alike. With a large selection of children's and youth-geared content to New York Times best-selling authors across a variety of topics, the Book and Puppet Company has literary works for many ages and interests. The Book and Puppet Company is open at 11 a.m. Sunday through Friday and has its late night on Saturday, opening at 10 a.m. and closing at 9 p.m. For more information, you can visit their website at bookandpuppet.com. That's the Book and Puppet Company, 161 Northampton Street in Easton. At Queen's Nutritional Products, we offer a full line of vitamins and mineral supplements to support a healthy lifestyle. Stop by Queen's Nutritional Products today to peruse our wide selection of dried and roasted nuts, dried fruits, and more. The Novak family and our friendly staff are available to assist you, and seniors get 10% off every day on many items. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Queen's Nutritional Products is located at 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. You can visit them online at queensnutrition.shop, but better yet, stop by Queen's Nutritional Products, 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown.
You'll want to come in, Marty, and I'll keep going. All right, we're back here at halftime. CWTAP Friday Night Football Game of the Week presented by Azar's Supermarket and Pennsylvania Football News. Alex Fidrashevsky giving LJ and Jason a quick spell here, and I'm joined by Marty Rowan. He is the athletic director of Notre Dame of Green Pond. Marty, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me, Alex.
So, Marty, give us everybody just a little bit of a background of who you are and what you do at Notre Dame on a day-to-day basis, because I think a lot of our viewers at home, they don't really know the role of an athletic director? I think in a lot of their minds, well, they make schedules. Well, it's so much more than that.
Well, it really is. I mean, it's really beyond a full-time job. A lot of people say AD means after dark because you spend a lot of hours at the school. Sometimes you're there at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and some nights you're there till 9 o'clock at night. And you're basically the facilitator for all athletic events at the school. It's not just scheduling transportation and scheduling the games. I mean, you're there to make sure that the officials arrive on time. You're in charge of your student body. You're in charge of everything that goes on at that game. So, I mean, you're the facilitator of everything. And then beyond that, I'm lucky that I have a great team at Notre Dame because they take care of all the social media stuff. We have a team of Lindsay McCarthy and Nino Marici and Mike Beddix. I mean, there's 4 of us that really do it. And some schools have one athletic director that do it all. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and with the just the task of administering the whole athletic process is already a big job. Now in the last 10 years, as you said, you throw in social media on top of it, where that has now become an expectation.
Yeah, and it's great for the kids. I mean, because you actually, like what you guys are doing, like televising our games and stuff like that with social media, you get the opportunity to showcase these kids' talents, and that's what we do. We try and expose our kids as much as we can, whether it's to a college atmosphere or just their parents that are far away, grandparents that don't live here. They get a chance to see their kids play. They get to read about them, and it's great.
Let's talk a little bit about Notre Dame as an institution, right? And I've seen your operation, up close and personal now, and I'm a graduate of a Catholic high school myself, so it's always near and dear to my heart to tell the stories of Catholic high schools here across the country, wherever I've worked. And Notre Dame reminds me so much of where I went to Modern Day in Middletown, which is unfortunately closed now. But tell everybody a little bit about what makes Notre Dame so unique for your perspective.
I think what makes it unique is what Jackie Friel told me when she hired me for the job. When we were talking about me coming on board, she goes, once you're a Crusader, you're a Crusader for life, and you're going to love it here, and you're going to love it even more once you meet the kids. And it's the kids at Notre Dame that drive you every single day to want to do a great job for them, because they're just such quality kids. They come from great parents. They're respectful. They're sportsmen on the field, they're sportsmen off the field, and it's the quality of kid we have at Notre Dame that drives me every day and drives our staff every day to want to do the best for them.
There's a lot of exciting things happening at Notre Dame right now. Anyone who's driven by campus in the last few weeks, you've seen the progress starting, right? And major additions happening at Notre Dame, and in an era where we're seeing Catholic schools losing enrollment, your school is doing the reverse of that.
Yeah, it's an amazing, exciting time. We're building a new sports annex. In fact, the old annex is about halfway demolished. We're hoping to have a foundation in before Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving, and it's going to add 8 additional classrooms. It's not just an athletic facility, it's also an educational facility. And we had one of the largest freshman class coming in this year. We had over like 170 students, and to add those additional classrooms gives us a chance to expand even more. And they want to come to Notre Dame because it is a great place, not just for athletics, but it's a great place to learn. The teachers put their hearts into their programs and into the academics, and it's what makes us who we are.
And then I think let's talk a little bit about the faith-based aspect of Notre Dame being a Catholic school. What are some of the unique points of being in that Catholic environment at Notre Dame that maybe separates you from other schools?
Well, I think we're a community, we're a family. I mean, I went to Nativity High School in Pottsville. I graduated from there in 1983, and it reminds me so much of being back there. Everybody watches out for each other, they take care of each other, and it's based in our faith. Being a Catholic and a Catholic education, it teaches you the respect you need, not just for yourself, but for your peers, your teachers, your coaches, and the people you play against.
Let's have a little fun right
Sure.
now, because I was given a great piece of information at the Notre Dame North Schuylkill game by Marty. In a previous life, prior to becoming an athletic director, Marty was one of us, part of the broadcast fraternity, I want to say, first off, one, you are always welcome with us anywhere we go now that I know that. And two, tell everybody a little bit about your broadcast career as well.
Well, it's not much of a broadcast career, but it was fun. So my senior year of high school at WPPA in Pottsville, I worked 6 to midnight every night, and I had like a night flight show. So 6 to midnight, I was spinning records, and every once in a while, I go out, I do a satellite thing, whether it was at the Fairlane Village Mall or up at the Schuylkill Mall, and did a little interviewing, did a little color for some of the basketball games, and so yeah, it was a great 2 years of my life and a wonderful experience at a small station.
Yeah, I got started in a very similar way over in Bethlehem at WGPA, and I think, as a youngster, right, a young adult, as you and I were when we both got into it, and is it not one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that you always talk about?
Oh, my God, and it's crazy. There I am. I'm a 16-year-old kid, and I'm in charge of a whole station at nighttime. It's like I'm the only person in the place, and I'm running the station.
Here's the keys, right?
Here's the keys. It's all yours. Have fun.
But you know what? I think that's the best part about these smaller radio and television stations, and for us here at CWTAP, it's part of our fabric too. All of us cut our teeth, whether it was Jason, WGPA, along with me, LJ, right here at CWTAP 10 years ago. We kind of keep that kind of vibration going.
Yeah, it's terrific. And I just want to thank you guys personally for what you do for not just our kids at Notre Dame, but when you broadcast for all these high schools to showcase these kids. It's a wonderful thing you do.
I think it's an essential service to the community that more stations should still be doing, whether it's radio or television. And, we're proud to be able to be the television voice, really, of the Colonial and Schuylkill League.
Yeah, we appreciate you, believe me.
Thank you, Marty. We always appreciate having you on. You are welcome anytime. We'll see you in a week's time.
All right, go Crusaders. Let's
We're
get
going to take a break. When we come back, we will be back with the second half of Notre Dame and Northern Lehigh. It's halftime on the CWTAP Friday Night Football Game of the Week, presented by Azars.
Azars Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem. Locally owned and operated by George Azar. Stop by today and pick from the freshest produce, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Peruse the meat counter for the finest cuts of chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products. Take a step to your right. It's a selection of olives and mezza and cheese and more. Azars features a full lineup of products imported from the Mediterranean, including Lebanese olive oil and hard-to-find spices and herbs. Shop Azars, 3131 Linden Street in Bethlehem for great value.
Here, hold on. I'll zoom out.
You want to zoom out? Yep. And we're back here. It is halftime at Northern Lehigh, 26-21, LJ. Really competitive game.
Yeah, all you can ask for from this Northern Lehigh squad. Chris Frame doing excellent job on both sides of the ball. Ryan Zambo contributing. Koretsky making that catch down the near sideline near the end of the first half. It's 26-21, and all you can ask for tonight.
Yeah, it looked like this thing could have gotten out of hand early. Northern Lehigh fought their way back into the game. They're going to receive the kickoff here. We've got a long way to go in this one. Some scores from around the state. Central Catholic leading North Allegheny 7-0. That game in the first quarter. Farrell leading Wilmington 16-7. Jersey Shore 28-14 over Williamsport. And another big game out in Schuylkill County, 22-21. Williams Valley leads Schuylkill Haven at the break.
And that was one of the games we talked about on the top of the broadcast, how important that game is. It's proving to be a close-knit competition here.
Downingtown East 23, Westchester East 0. Downingtown, the Cougars are for real. Scranton Prep leading Wallen-Paupack 17-0 as they continue to climb out of their early hole. Jason Parish at halftime, the Red Rovers 50, Stroudsburg 0. LJ, I think we know who the new favorites are in District 11.
Oh, without a doubt, proving their dominance, exerting everything they can, and it's coming out tonight, 50-0.
I think with all due respect to all the other schools, it would be a shock right now if the District 11 6A final wasn't Parkland and Easton.
Oh, without a doubt. The way Parkland's been playing so far this year with a big win over Allen last night, now Easton doing exactly what we expected them to do this evening, it's going to be one of the best matchups we've seen.
How about this one, Alex? Penn Argyll 14, Salisbury 10 at halftime.
Ooh, Salisbury competing with Penn Argyll. Good game down there tonight. Southern Columbia 35, Danville 14.
Well, here, Roman Catholic 27, leading LaSalle College 21 in the second quarter.
Upset watch is on there. We've also got, remember, that North Schuylkill score. They lead Northwestern Lehigh, the #1 team in the state, in AAA.
Upper St. Clair 10, Peters 10.
We'll be listening to that one on the way home, the KDKA radio game of the week. Shout out to all of my fine friends out there. The Warrior Win Watch will continue, and it's time to swing things around for the second half.
North Schuylkill 18-13 at the half.
And we are underway for the second half. Zambo makes the grab inside his own 10. He'll reach the 25-yard line. So Northern Lehigh doing exactly what we expected them to do, Jason. We said at the end of the first half, scoring with just 6 seconds left, not allowing much time for Bodner and company for Notre Dame to have any time to do anything, knowing that Northern Lehigh gets the ball back here in the second half.
Yeah, and they score here and they take the lead.
Yeah, and that's kind of not that we weren't expecting that, but we've been very fortunate with a competitive contest this evening. And Smoyer now split back, looks to throw, rolls out to the near side. He's going to keep it. Pressure coming. He's going to get out of bounds. Forced out by Alex Clark.
He's driven out of bounds for a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Chris Frame in the first half. Ryan Zambo, Koretsky, making an impact.
And, of course, Smoyer having a great game so far as well.
He's doing a lot with his legs, too, showing his versatility. Off movement up front, a flag being thrown, and a penalty going to go against Notre Dame Green Pond.
72 move. That's Joshua Scherer.
That will be a 5-yard penalty.
So that makes it a little easier. It's 2nd and medium.
2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
So a 5-yard penalty against Notre Dame Green Pond. Ball at their 29.
Newhart gets it.
Grady Newhart. Can he get to the outside? Not before being met by a Crusader.
Great play by Kellett Wilson there. Senior 5'8", 175 linebacker, outside linebacker.
So after that 5-yard penalty, a 1-yard loss, ball on the 28-yard line. And trying to extend this drive, we've seen very complimentary drives for the Bulldogs in the first half, keeping Bodner at bay on the bench.
I think Newhart is more of an inside guy. I think if they're going to go outside, they have to use frame speed.
Yeah. Rolling to the near side. Newhart ahead of.
Immediately pressured.
A little bit of
frame drops it.
Confusion. The ball was in a penalty late here. I believe it's going to go against Clemente. Is that 13? Drew Boyd. And a penalty late. I wonder if it's after the play. But it was between Chris Frame and Ryan Zambo. They're both in the same vicinity. Zambo pulled back, Frame unable to pull in, but may have been bailed out by a penalty.
It is dead ball, personal foul.
That is a dead ball.
At the half, Saucon Valley leading Catasauqua 35-7.
That was one of our marquee matchups we listed in the pregame.
And Palisades trailing the Blue Mountain Eagles 42-7.
Now we know why Blue Mountain gave Northwestern such a tough game.
Oh, for sure. So that penalty after the play ended, handoff, met in the backfield was Mason Rothrock. He's thrown to the turf by John Hull. And after
end up with a loss of 3 there.
And after a penalty on the near sideline after the play, to keep that drive alive, 3-yard loss as Rothrock is wrapped up in the back. Ball on the 40-yard line. Man in motion is Koretsky, now on the far side of the formation. A little bit of trickery, a handoff, tripped up.
Oh, he got tripped by his own guy.
Koretsky on the carry.
He got tripped up by Smoyer.
Unfortunate turn of events there, as he could have maybe gotten closer to a first down, but 3rd and 9 after the 4-yard gain for Northern Lehigh. 10 minutes to play in the third quarter.
It was a nice play setup, but that's why you don't ask your quarterback to block.
Yeah, and putting him in harm's way, too, going up against some big body guys on the defense for Notre Dame. Smoyer rolls out to the far side, steps back. Can he find a hole up front? Met was looking to the near side, to the bottom of your screen, and met by Sammy Marisi. And it's going to bring up 4th and 7, maybe 6 yards. Yeah, 4th and 7 it is. And I think we may see the punt squad.
I think you got a new punter, though. I think 35 did the punting last time. Monegro. But this time, you got a new punter. Can't tell the number.
Wanamaker, there we are. With the assist from the PA announcer. A little slow to get the punt off, but gets it. Nice boot. It's going to be caught at the 25. Going outside. Getting to the sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds.
That was Drew Boyd. Number 13.
And Paul Porobensky forcing him out of bounds. And the drive will begin for Notre Dame on their own 49-yard line, so right by midfield. Bodner stepping on the field for the first time of the second half. 8:54 to play in the third quarter. We've seen strong defensive efforts so far. As Jason, you even alluded to, the blunders coming on special teams primarily for Northern Lehigh.
Yes. That was, can't tell the number. It was a new running back. Is that 26? Luca Luisi.
Yeah, sophomore. Listed as a wide receiver, getting some action in the backfield. 2nd and 8 for Notre Dame. Bodner, quick pass to the far side. Splits a couple defenders. Takes a big hit.
It's going to be just, oh no, they're giving it to him. I thought he was
first down.
I thought he was a little short.
He looked a little short. If you look on the near side official, he looked to be closer to the 45-yard line. It's now placed at the 46, and a first down for Notre Dame. Moving quickly, ball's going to be snapped. 25 seconds on the play clock. Pressure coming. Bodner heaves across his chest, out of bounds, onto the track here.
Now that he's closer to us, it was not Luca Luisi. It was 25 on that carry, Jason Frederick.
That makes more sense. The junior running back. And
again, tough to see with the glare with the gold letters or gold numbers.
And we've seen Bodner have to do this a couple of times on that 3rd and long opportunity they had late in the first half, and now taking the safe play, trying to extend the play, but the smart play of getting the ball out of bounds, not putting it in harm's way. Bodner with time, pressure coming. Calm in the pocket, but hitting the turf on the far side just beyond the sticks. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Look how wide open Drew Boyd is on the
Wide
20-yard line.
3rd and 10 for the Crusaders.
So
there was nobody
no one
back
there. So big 3rd down for Notre Dame. Looks like the Bulldogs showing pressure. Lone back movement at the line, no jump.
No contact. Oh!
Ball is loose on the field. Still loose. Loose on the ground. Who has it?
I think Northern got it.
Awaiting. It's going to be
fourth
down.
Recovered by the Crusaders.
So I don't know if it was Bodner. It looks like number 59 for Notre Dame. Liam Guims.
And Freemansburg for the Crusaders.
Fourth and
Freemansburg. He used one of ours.
Love it. Love it.
I've got a new favorite. I have a new favorite public address announcer. 4th and Freemansburg.
That was excellent. 4th and 20. Makes sense. And the clock hits 0.
Notre Dame only had 10 on the field.
And you hear the Bulldogs crowd
What's
getting
after
into it.
Freemansburg?
Bowmanstown? I don't know. I'm going the wrong direction. Is it Bowmanstown?
Fountain Hill.
4th and Fountain Hill.
Okay.
Fountain Hill. Fountain Hill.
4th and 25. We've seen this punter pin it inside the 1. Frame's going to catch it at the 8 and has some space.
Perfect spiral, and he turned that over. That was a great punt.
My God. All you can ask for, Clemente Cintron with another beautiful punt.
Pins him deep again. Not quite as deep as last time because he caught it. But
Yeah, but he caught the ball at the 8. 4th and 25. I mean, he punted from like his 33-yard line.
yeah.
That's impressive. Bulldogs take over. Both teams punting to start this third quarter. 7:03 to play. Smoyer. Designed run. Blocked
QB sweep.
by Newhard. And forced out of bounds. Alex Clark.
Players driven out of bounds on the play.
And a pickup of about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 now.
Bulldogs.
6:55 left to go in the third quarter.
Smoyer back in the huddle with 19 on the play clock. What a beautiful night for football here in Slatington. Couldn't ask for a better game either.
Beautiful fall night.
Smoyer fakes the handoff to the fullback, eventually hands it off to Frame. He's met by a host of
And he
Crusaders.
is just pushing the pile.
And he's eventually going to be stymied around the 27-yard line, so brings up 3rd and 3.
To the Crusader defense.
He got hit in the backfield, and he ended up gaining 3 yards.
Carried forward to the 28.
Talk about running hard.
Talk about a kid that can do it all, too.
Yeah, receiving, defense. He's all over the field.
3rd and 2. Smoyer. Low snap. Able to run forward. Did he get it? I think they're going to give it to him. First down, Northern Lehigh. Smoyer mishandles the snap a little
Broken
low.
play, yeah.
And able to make do with what he can, diving forward to yet again extend another drive. And the score, 26-21, 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ball, they gave him a gain of 3 on that. Ball spotted at the 32, just to the right of the pole on your screen. Smoyer hands it off to Frame. Cuts inside, picks up yet another first down for Northern Lehigh.
Boy, this looks like watching McDowell last week.
It does.
Really hits the hole hard, and he's a one-cut guy.
Really like his effort, the way he plays here. And Smoyer heading back to the huddle. Number 9 in now for the Bulldogs. Number I don't have on our roster sheet here. He's going to be on the top of your screen with Koretsky. Zambo, the lone receiver on the near side. 9 in motion, gets the handoff up
He's
the
got
middle.
a big hole, too.
He'll get to midfield.
They are pushing Notre Dame around on the line.
Not something we're really accustomed to seeing so far this season.
No.
4:50 to play. Ball at midfield, 2nd and 3. Tight formation here for Northern Lehigh.
It's the old power eye.
Rolling out. Can he get rid of it? Forced out of bounds and
That's
hit
a
late.
horse collar, isn't it?
He gets up without any issue, but a referee does go down on the near side.
Isn't that a horse collar?
If not, it was close.
Sawyer is brought down from behind.
Looks like the official's okay.
Yeah, the official is up and all right. It's going to be a loss of 3. 3rd and call at 5. Maybe 6 yards. Smoyer taking a bit of a lick, heading out of bounds. Quick pitch. Frame. Spins around, reaching forward. It's going to be dropped. Call it the 49.
It's going to be about 2 yards short. It's going to be a 4th and 2.
Capobianco was one on the tackle.
Clark
was the one that wrapped him up around his ankles. 4th and short forthcoming now. Smoyer getting the call and heading into the huddle. 20 seconds on the play clock. 3:23 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Biggest play of the game thus far.
Crowd getting into it here at Bulldog Field. Smoyer awaits the snap, gets it. Hands off in the backfield, delayed. He's not going to get there.
He's not going to get there.
It's going to be wrapped up at the 48-yard line by a host of Crusaders. And a turnover on downs for Northern Lehigh, and great field position to start for Notre Dame Green Pond. So Notre Dame will start their drive
in Bulldog territory.
On the 49, 3:04 to play. They hold a 26-21 lead.
And we all know how quick they can score.
And that could have just been the momentum the Crusaders needed to shift gears here and get Bodner and company into the end zone once again. Bodner alone in the backfield. 3 wideouts to the top of your screen, 2 to the bottom. Ball is snapped. 2 steps forward. Could have been dangerous as that ball falls incomplete off the hands of Capobianco.
Capobianco.
That could have been dangerous if there was another Bulldog in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
That could have been an interception and really just switched trajectory here.
You do not want to throw high over the middle.
Ball snap, pressure
Immediate
coming.
Pressure.
Bodner
Gotta
delivers.
throw it away.
Oh,
got
it! My goodness, what a catch!
Streba.
Streba stretches up and pulls it out of the air.
Man, do they have some athletic wide receivers.
A
Holy
broken
mackerel.
play. Bodner escaping fate with a completion.
2 guys broke free into the backfield.
My goodness.
Oh, we're going to get 5-yard penalty on Northern.
And that's going to go against Mason Rothrock, or excuse me, number 6, Christian Fortino. So 1st and 10 now, 1st and 5 from the 19. Handoff. Up the middle he goes.
And he
Into
scores.
the end zone.
That was number 25, Jason Frederick, on the touchdown.
Crusaders extend their lead to 32-21. 2:10 to play in the 3rd.
23-yard line.
Wow.
What a turn of events.
Point after attempt getting ready. Cintron. Kick is up.
Kick is up.
And good.
Kick is good.
It is 33-21. Notre Dame Green Pond extending their lead over the hosts, Northern Lehigh. We'll take a short break and rejoin you for kickoff here on CWTAP.
For over 60 years, Dietz's Tavern in Wind Gap has been a go-to locale for football fans in the Slate Belt food scene. With a variety of appetizers, salads, burgers, and entrees, Dietz's provides a down-home atmosphere, a friendly space to meet and mingle, and a full bar to watch the big games. Don't forget about wing nights on Wednesday, taco Thursday, and their weekly specials. Dietz's is open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9 and can be found at 570 North Lehigh Avenue in Wind Gap. Stop by Dietz's today and sample the food, drink, and friendship firsthand. That's Dietz's Tavern, 570 North Lehigh Avenue in Wind Gap.
And we're back here at Bulldog Field. Notre Dame Green Pond extending the lead to 33-21. Bulldogs have Frame and Zambo back deep to return. It really feels like the Crusaders took the wind out of the sails of the Bulldogs, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, when you miss on a fourth down conversion and they drive right down and score, it really hurts your psyche.
Zambo, or excuse me, that's Frame on the far side, cuts up the field. Can he find a hole? He's met at the 33-yard line. And another nice kick return for Northern Lehigh. We'll see them start their drive at the 33.
Yeah, now they almost have to start speeding up a little bit.
Yeah,
down 2 scores.
More momentum, faster momentum here. And we've seen Smoyer go to the sideline, get the call. He's back in the huddle around usually 15 to 20 seconds. That's going to have to speed up a little bit for them to get some more plays off down the stretch here. Handoff, no, it's going to be kept with Smoyer. Gets the outside and forced out of bounds. Tripped up, but no flag as of now. And he's going to be just past the first down marker. I like what I've seen out of Smoyer tonight. This is the second time we've seen him this season against Palisades. Very talented squad, but now really showing his skill here against a very talented Notre Dame Green Pond squad.
Very good showing for him tonight.
Yeah. And when you have the weapons you do, you're utilizing them, but you're showing your versatility as well. I like the type of quarterback you have out of Smoyer as a junior. Hands off up the middle.
That was Rothrock.
He's going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards, 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. 1:45 to play in the third quarter. And as we just said, Jason, he's just getting into the huddle now with about 18 seconds.
Yeah.
So if they're going to stick to their normal strategy and pace here, maybe we'll see them turn it up in the fourth quarter. But for now, Smoyer directly to the outside. Can he get there? He does. He's wrapped up and taken out of bounds, short of the first down marker.
That's one of the things parents and other people around the Easton football program used to not like about what Steve Schiffert did, because even late in the games, he would run the quarterback over to get the play.
Yeah. Yeah, now like we've said, Smoyer in the huddle. They're breaking now with 14 seconds on the play clock. 35 to play here in the third quarter. 3rd and 3. Motion is Frame. Smoyer on the keeper.
Very nice.
And picks up yet another Bulldog first down. And that very well could be one of the last plays of the third. The clock stopped now running.
I don't know if Tout's the one calling the plays, but they're calling a really good game today. Northern Lehigh is.
And I believe that's going to be the last play of the third quarter, as Smoyer a little slow to get up. Took a big hit there on that designed run. But that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The score, 33-21, Notre Dame Green Pond leading the host Northern Lehigh Bulldogs. You're watching Friday Night Football, presented by Azars and PA Football News.
X Golf, located just off the 25th Street exit of Route 22 in Easton, offers a premier golf simulation experience. With some of the most realistic indoor golf simulators you've ever seen, X Golf is the premier place to work on your game before you hit the courses around the Lehigh Valley. If it's driving that needs work, putting that needs practice, or that pesky short game that haunts you, X Golf is the perfect spot to perfect your swing. Bring your clubs, borrow one of our in-house sets, pick up your friends, and come on down to X Golf for a fun time. It's always 72 and sunny at X Golf, and double bogeys are welcome, so you don't have to worry about a cart full of golfers behind you on hole 7. To schedule your tee time, call X Golf at 484-250-0391. That's 484-250-0391. X Golf, 80 Kunkel Drive in Easton, right off the 25th Street exit of Route 22.
And welcome back to Bulldog Field, the start of the fourth quarter between Notre Dame Green Pond leading Northern Lehigh 33-21. Just one touchdown scored in the third quarter. And it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Handoff up the middle. Rothrock trucking forward with two Crusaders on him.
Drives forward to the Crusader 39-yard line. That's a 4-yard gain.
So 2nd and 6 forthcoming.
They really run hard.
They do.
Everybody on this Northern team runs hard.
I believe Grady Newhard's now in. Some more changes. Koretsky, Zambo. Koretsky at the top of your screen with frame. Fumble on the play. Newhard dropped it and picks it up. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards and 3rd down. So fortunately for Northern Lehigh, they fall on the ball.
3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Keep this drive alive for themselves. Notre Dame looking for another stop.
Ooh, they had the wrong ball.
Oh, wow.
They were using Notre Dame's ball. That's an official's mistake. They're each allowed to use their own ball nowadays.
So 3rd and 8, snap, pressure coming. Ball deflected. Nice hands and
Garrett
work.
Grants.
Well done.
Name we haven't called that much.
No.
But the couple of games we did in the past, we called his name a lot.
So that brings up 4th and 8, and you're at a point in the game where you're going for it here, Jason.
Yeah, you have to. You got to cut this down to a one-score game. Give yourself a chance.
So Newhard going back on the field. I believe it's number 20. That's a guy we didn't have a name for before. He went off the field with an injury. Looks like he's been back and forth on the field, so happy to see him back. And a timeout's going to be taken by Northern Lehigh. We'll step aside for a short break and rejoin you after this timeout.
The Book and Puppet Company, located at 161 Northampton Street in downtown Easton, is a treasure trove of literature for kids and adults alike. With a large selection of children's and youth-geared content to New York Times best-selling authors across a variety of topics, the Book and Puppet Company has literary works for many ages and interests. The Book and Puppet Company is open at 11 a.m. Sunday through Friday and has its late night on Saturday, opening at 10 a.m. and closing at 9 p.m. For more information, you can visit their website at bookandpuppet.com. That's the Book and Puppet Company, 161 Northampton Street in Easton.
And welcome back to Bulldog Field. Fourth quarter, 10:33 to play. Notre Dame leads Northern Lehigh 33-21. A big 4th down for Northern Lehigh.
In a much tighter game than many people would have thought.
100%. Man in motion is Zambo. Pressure coming almost intercepted, was trying to throw a leading pass to Rothrock and goes through the hands of either Grant or Capobianco. Now it's going to be a turnover on downs for Northern Lehigh.
And now you're in the danger zone.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame can score quick.
And you can fall behind just as quick or even further behind now.
Have to get a defensive stop here to have any chance.
Keeping yourself in the game here. Bodner has Capobianco in motion now beside him. Hands it off to Capobianco. Stays on his feet, but wrapped up. Big number 78.
Landon Klimek.
Down by Dawson Newhart and friends after a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 for the Crusaders.
Second and medium. Bodner looks to throw in the screen.
Got it to Streba.
And nicely done. Picks up some yardage there. 3rd and about 3.
Brought down after call it a 3-yard gain, 3rd and a long 3 for the Crusaders.
Kind of regretting the shorts right now.
Yeah, it's
Got a
definitely
little
chillier.
chilly.
Yes, 68 degrees right now, but a nice little breeze up outside of the press box where we're located. 3rd and 3. Rolling to the near side. A little option play there. He's going to be dropped down
It's going to be about a yard short.
at midfield now.
And 1 for the Crusaders.
And the offense is staying on the field.
It's going for it on 4th and 1 now. .18 on the play clock. Ball snap, handoff up the middle, sidesteps, gets the corner. He could be gone. Capobianco.
Touchdown.
Notre Dame Crusaders on 4th and 1 from midfield. A 50-yard run for Fausti Capobianco.
Makes the score 39-21 with 8:38 remaining. Well, they gave them all they could handle for a half, that's for sure.
And even the 3rd quarter just holding
Cintron for the extra point.
the Crusaders to 7 points in the 3rd, and now that point after attempt is good. The score now, Notre Dame Green Pond 40, Northern Lehigh 21. We'll take a short break and rejoin you for kickoff watching Friday Night Football.
We at Lifeline Screening have screened over 9 million people over 25 years. We identify your risk of stroke, cardiovascular disease, and other chronic illnesses. We use state-of-the-art ultrasound technology to look into your arteries to identify your plaque levels. During your screening, we examine the carotid arteries in the neck for plaque buildup that can lead to a stroke. We check your abdominal aorta for an aneurysm, a ballooning of this large artery in your belly which can rupture if it gets too big. We evaluate the pressures in your arms and ankles and calculate what is called an ankle brachial index. This is an indirect way to assess the flow in the arteries of legs and identify risks for more cardiovascular disease. We scan your shin bone to determine the density of the bone and derive risk for osteoporosis. And lastly, atrial fibrillation. If we detect anything that requires urgent attention, we will notify you immediately so you can contact your physician for follow-up.
And we're back here in Slatington. Notre Dame Green Pond leads 40-21, 8:38 to play in the 4th quarter over host Northern Lehigh. Crusaders kicking off. It's going to be Zambo from his own 15. Finds a block. He's past the 30.
He's got a lane.
He's at the 40 and forced out of bounds around midfield. An excellent return for Zambo. And right back where their drive ended, they'll start at midfield.
Could you imagine the talent if they combined the Lehigh schools?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have the kids from Southern, the kids from Northwestern, and the kids from Northern all on the same team.
Be an amazing squad to watch, for sure. Smoyer hands off the frame. Can't get the edge. He's going to be dropped down at the original line of scrimmage.
Looks like Notre Dame made a defensive adjustment to hold the edge in the second half here at halftime.
John Hull, the junior, made the tackle there. Northwestern Lehigh now leading North Schuylkill 28-18 in the third quarter. Smoyer with time, airs it out to the near sideline.
Smoyer's pass intended for Zambo Falls.
And Zambo unable to get there, just led him a little too far.
And a classic trap game for Penn Argyl right before they play Notre Dame, losing 19-14 to Salisbury.
Just took a lead. They just took a lead, 20 to 19, awaiting a point after attempt. That was one of the things.
On Friday night.
Yeah, exactly that, Alex. Things do change rather quickly. Just moments after we get an update, we find another one, and it's at least 20 to 19 the last time we checked.
That is a classic trap game.
For sure, yeah. And a timeout going to be taken by Northern Lehigh.
Timeout called by the Bulldogs.
And we'll take a short break and rejoin you after this timeout.
Have you racked up over $15,000 in credit card debt? Do the collection calls ring nonstop? There's a solution to the situation the banks don't want you to know about. CuraDebt has over 20 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Call the CuraDebt Credit Solutions hotline today to see if you qualify. 877-835-0026. No obligation, 100% confidential. CuraDebt Credit Solutions. 877-835.
We're back here after the timeout. 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. They are trailing 40-21. 7:46 to play in the fourth quarter. Ball in midfield. Smoyer over the top.
He had him. Just overthrew him a little bit.
Outstretched hand.
And we don't have that
Number 17. And the fans calling for a flag, maybe a hold. Chris Vargas, I believe, is the name that we heard from the PA announcer. 4th and 10.
And they're going to be going for it.
And they're going to have to now. And that was number 15, CJ Diaz, in coverage, I believe. So 4th and 10. 7 on the play clock. Smoyer rolls out. Pass delivered. Wide open to Chris Frame. And he keeps the drive alive on 4th and 10. A gain of 19. The ball spotted on the 30. Oh, a gain of 20. They're spotting him on the 30-yard line.
Just found the soft spot again.
Smoyer having just enough time to find the open receiver as Frame just kind of falling into a soft spot.
The classic Travis Kelce move. Just get into a soft spot, stand there and tell your quarterback, I'm open.
Handoff. Newhard met at the line of scrimmage. No gain here, so 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Smoyer back in the huddle with 23 seconds. They break.
Still no real urgency shown by the Bulldogs.
Smoyer rolls to the far side of the field, sets his feet, finds an opening, absorbs a couple hits there from Notre Dame, and that's going to be third.
3rd and 2.
And about 2. Ball's going to be spotted at the 22-yard line, excuse me. So 2 more yards needed to get into the red zone and pick up a first down. 6 minutes to play, halfway through the fourth quarter. Pitch to Frame coming on the near side, met, but still trying to push forward. They're going to stop him at the 21.
About a yard.
So 4th and about 1 now. We'll see how they do here. Definitely going for it, as they have done. 5:20 on the clock now. Handoff, finding a spot. He's going to gain about 5 yards. I believe that was Chris Frame on the carry, and the drive extends. As the clock stops temporarily for the first down, but we'll be past 5 minutes here left to play in the fourth quarter.
That was Chris Frame, and he gets up walking a little gingerly, so he's going to come off to the sideline.
See who they put in the game here.
42, Paul Porobensky.
So Porobensky now into the game. Maybe at fullback. Your favorite formation here, Jason?
The T.
Smoyer keeps it.
Nowhere to really go there. He's trying to fight forward.
Yeah, maybe about
only
a
gonna
yard.
Get about a yard.
He pops it forward for a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Frame's on the ground on the near side here, getting stretched out.
Looks like stretching the calf, kind of like a cramp.
20 on the play clock as the Bulldogs offense breaks the huddle. 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Split back around Smoyer. Looks to throw, hesitates, lobs it away and out of bounds.
It's the pressure was coming.
And he was able to get away from pressure, get out of the pocket for that matter.
Yeah, and threw it in the direction of Koretsky enough that he's not going to get a grounding.
Chris Frame returning to the field. 9:05 is the time right now. 3:51 remaining. And a timeout taken by the Bulldogs.
I believe that's their last one.
And yes, it is going to be their last timeout of the evening. And we'll take a quick break and rejoin you after the timeout. You're watching Friday Night Football on CWTAP.
X-Golf, located just off the 25th Street exit of Route 22 in Easton, offers a premier golf simulation experience. With some of the most realistic indoor golf simulators you've ever seen, X-Golf is the premier place to work on your game before you hit the courses around the Lehigh Valley. If it's driving that needs work, putting that needs practice, or that pesky short game that haunts you, X-Golf is the perfect spot to perfect your swing. Bring your clubs, borrow one of our in-house sets, big up your friends, and come on down to X-Golf for a fun time. It's always 72 and sunny at X-Golf, and double bogeys are welcome, so you don't have to worry about a cart full of golfers.
We're back here, Bulldog Field, 3rd and call it 9. Smoyer, direct run, keeper.
Ooh, he got
big
popped.
crunch. Smoyer. Slow to get up, and rightfully so.
And that was Streba on the hit.
Lost his mouth guard on that. My goodness, spun away from one defender. And
Streba came up and brought it.
And the safe Smoyer the time there. Zambo is going to get the call from the coach and deliver it here as Smoyer is going to. Just glad he's okay. That was a big hit by Streba. 4th down. Smoyer looking for Koretsky. He's going to run on his own.
Not going to get it.
Take a hit, but doesn't fall. He's going to be forced out of bounds, and a turnover on downs for the Bulldogs. The clock stops at 3:01 remaining as the Crusaders will start their drive with a 40-21 lead.
And here comes Mr. Bodner again.
He's been able to get the only team to get points in the second half.
Yes.
Is Bodner. A touchdown in the 3rd and now the 4th.
And they're going to be looking for more.
They're not done. There's still time on the clock. There's still time to score. And they'll hand it off up the middle.
That was Frederick again.
And he'll pick up about 2-3 yards. As the clock continues to run. The offense getting ready to line up already. The play clock just at 30 seconds.
They are not Army or Navy. They get up to the line and go. Except this time.
Yeah, it's very unorthodox. The Crusaders play clock at 8 when the ball snapped. They'll hand it off once again.
That's Streba up the middle.
Streba picks up maybe enough. I think they're going to say enough for a first down. They will, so that'll move the chains. Be 1st and 10 from the 20. It has to be just beyond the 21 if that's where the marker was. So they're going to start the clock here.
Well, maybe Phil's just going to take it home 40-21.
1:55 and counting. 1st and 10 from the 21. Exhausting the play clock here as Bodner's awaiting the snap. He'll do so with 6 on the play clock, and yet another handoff going to be wrapped up.
That one's Frederick. He's going to get about a yard.
And number 20 on the tackle, and Chase Dahl. Thank you with the assist from the PA announcer on that. Chase Dahl with a tackle. Minute 20, 25 on the play clock. Just a couple more plays for Notre Dame to ride this one out.
Yeah, there's no timeouts on the other side, so.
Pass is going to hit the turf.
Oh, boy.
Trying a little screen pass there, just underthrown as it bounces off the turf to Capo Bianco. Clock stops with 1 minute and 3 seconds.
So they might have to punt.
3rd and 9.
Unless they go deep on this play.
Either they go deep or find a hole here to extend the drive.
Frederick
again,
got
wrapped
about
up.
A yard.
Quinones on the tackle.
And Notre Dame will have to punt with about 7-8 seconds on the clock.
So they run the punter out there, and we've seen an excellent clinic by him, Cintron, with a punt down inside the 1 yard line.
Cintron out front.
Clock at 22 seconds, 14 on the play clock. They run on an extra player. They were down to 10 again on the field. 3, 2, ball is snapped with 8 seconds. Airborne punt is going to take a bounce at the 39, a high bounce, and that's going to be how the ball game ends as time expires here in Slatington. Northern Lehigh falls to Notre Dame Green Pond, 40-21.
You know, LJ, Jason, credit to Northern Lehigh. They played really well through the first half and about half of the third quarter. That punt kind of, they went for it instead of punting, flipped the momentum. Notre Dame was able to put the foot on the gas and show why they're one of the top teams in the state in Class AAA. But Northern Lehigh, a lot of good takeaways for them tonight.
That was a game team, Alex. They came ready to play. They had a game plan to keep the ball away from Bodner, and they mostly did that in the first half. It worked. It was 26-21 going into halftime, and they were getting the ball.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you mentioned keeping Bodner at bay on the far sideline, an 8-minute drive in the first quarter, and you're starting to think, wow, Northern Lehigh is starting to impress a lot of people. Are they going to be able to sustain that the rest of the evening? And taking just a 5-point deficit into halftime, not that you want a moral victory, but as you alluded to, that transition there of going for it on fourth down in midfield and not converting really switched momentum.
Yeah, I think that was really the turning point in the game. And credit to Notre Dame, they did what you expect a top 10 team to do in their classification here in Pennsylvania when it really mattered.
And there's 3 parts to a football game: offense, defense, and special teams. Notre Dame scored 2 special teams touchdowns. Otherwise, this is a 5-point game.
Right. The whole game plays differently based off of that, a kickoff return and the punt.
Yeah, and the kickoff return to open the game, you felt like Notre Dame was going to run away with this game real early. But then that blunder on the punt, it was blocked. You're getting excited for Notre Dame, and then just no one made contact with the ball. Full stride, 30-yard, running strip essentially right into the end zone. So definitely changed momentum of the game, and credit where credit's due. Northern Lehigh played a heck of a first half, and like you said, Alex, into the third quarter.
Yeah, listen, I want to thank you guys always for doing such a good job for us here at CWTAP. It's great to have you on board. And listen, we've got 4 more weeks of football to go here in the regular season. We'll see where we go in the playoffs. But it's been a great start to the Colonial League season. We've had some really interesting games so far. We try to cover as many schools as we possibly can, right? And we'll see where we end up next week. As far as Friday night and Saturday afternoon, we're tentatively scheduled for Notre Dame and our first trip up to the Hill at Penn Argyl.
Yeah, very exciting, Alex. It's a pleasure to be joined with you and Jason and be a part of this team, and very excited to see what we continue to do.
Take us home, boys.
Yeah, thank you, Alex, for bringing us along and letting us do something we love. But main takeaway from this game, I mean, Chris Frame, he is a gamer. Garrett Smoyer, I mean, Zambo, they all played their hearts out, okay? I mean, they were completely outmatched, and they played toe for toe with Notre Dame in the first half.
Not that you want to say they punched above their weight class, but they felt like they had all the momentum into halftime, scoring in the final seconds and then having an opportunity to start the second half with the ball. Just unable to capitalize, but forcing some turnovers as well, turnover and downs, and some 3-and-outs. Definitely things to carry into the rest of your season, this positive momentum. Although the score didn't work out in their favor, there's a lot of takeaways moving forward for a Coach Tout and Northern Lehigh. On behalf of CWTAP, Alex Fidrishevsky, Jason Parrish, myself, LJ Smith, we thank you for joining us tonight on Friday Night Football's Game of the Week between Northern Lehigh, Notre Dame, Green Pond, sponsored by Azar Supermarkets and PA Football News. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week here on CWTAP.
Superior Hardware, located at 400 South 3rd Street in Bangor, is your go-to source for home improvement supplies in the Slate Belt. With a variety of tools, screws, nuts, bolts, and more, Superior Hardware is the place to shop for your hardware needs. Superior Hardware offers a full line of Milwaukee tools, the highest quality power tools available. In addition to their in-store offerings, Superior Hardware ships nationwide via their website, www.superiorhardwarebangor.com. So you don't even have to live in the Slate Belt or drive to Bangor to sample all that Superior Hardware has to offer. Superior Hardware is open Monday to Friday from 7 till 5, Saturday from 7:30 to 4, and Sunday from 9 to 2. Call them at 610-588-3205 or stop by their location at 400 South 1st Street in Bangor to jumpstart your home improvement projects today. That's Superior Hardware, 400 South 1st Street in Bangor. X Golf, located just off the 25th Street exit of Route 22 in Easton, offers a premier golf simulation experience. With some of the most realistic indoor golf simulators you've ever seen, X Golf is the premier place to work on your game before you hit the courses around the Lehigh Valley. If it's driving that needs work, putting that needs practice, or that pesky short game that haunts you, X Golf is the perfect spot to perfect your swing. Bring your clubs, borrow one of our in-house sets, big up your friends, and come on down to X Golf for a fun time. It's always 72 and sunny at X Golf, and double bogeys are welcome, so you don't have to worry about a cart full of golfers behind you on hole 7. To schedule your tee time, call X Golf at 484-250-0391. That's 484-250-0391. X Golf, 80 Kunkel Drive in Easton, right off the 25th Street exit of Route 22. It's Queen's Nutritional Products, 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. The Novak family, still the proprietors. For a wide variety of high-quality vitamins, supplements, and herbs, shop Queen's Nutritional Products. From vitamin A to zinc and everything in between, the Queen Bee and her busy bees on staff can assist you. Queen's Nutritional Products also has a full line of dry and roasted nuts, dried fruits, and more. That historic nut hut still producing the best nuts and dried fruits in the Lehigh Valley. Queen's Nutritional Products also offers a variety